Hello everybody, here we are with CPL Match of the Week. I just realised as I start the cast that says week 1, but it's actually week 2. I will continue the announcement in one moment, let me just fix that up. As I was saying, welcome to CPL Match of the Week, Preseason Week 2, I promise. I'm Neblime, joined here by Saetzero. How you going, Saetzero, other than laughing at my incompetence?
I don't know. I think it's week 3. Like, you're going to unveil a whole new section of spoilers. Chat's not ready for it.
By the way, everyone in chat, your games are overdue for week 3. What are you doing here? Quick, go play. But no, actually, we're here with week 2. Now, a lot of people told me, oh, Neblime should cast Group 16. Oh yeah, Neblime should cast Group 16. It's a good group. Definitely cast it. So, I mean, I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of scared. There better not be what I think there is in here. I don't know what to expect, but I'm here. I'm doing it, alright? I give in. You guys will get what you want.
See, I was worried because I was like, I heard this and I already said I would cast with you today. And then when I saw the races, I'm like, oh, there's only one T. It's so unlikely there's a TVT, right?
Right, but Simo is down as race picker. Do you think he's pulling the crazy and race picking TVT?
I hope not. I'll ban him. He's right there in the chat. I can time him out right now.
That's right. That's officially called pulling the crazy. Alright, we're going to jump straight into our first game without any further ado. See what torture they have in store for me here. Alright, in the top right, in the red, we have Lana is hot, and the bottom left, in the orange, I don't remember who this was, that's an AK, it is Simo, the RSL casting legend himself. Why is my overlay?
Do we forgive this ridiculous alias because he casts? Is that how you gain favor with us?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, how do you pronounce that? Give me your best shot, because I don't even know. I'm counting on you, Saetzero.
Oh, hi-ho kicks. I don't know. You gotta pretend the J's are I's and you can almost do it.
Hang on, I got this. No, okay, I don't got this. So, we're here with a PvP here on Eclipse, because of course all week 2 games are Eclipse. Now, Lana has definitely been around a few CPLs. I mean, Simo is not his first one either, I believe, but Lana definitely been around for, I think, longer than Simo here. I honestly don't know what to expect about Simo's playstyle. I haven't really seen any of his games. Have you seen them, Saetzero?
Not in a little while. Where, as far as playstyle, I mean, it's PvP, so it's already hard to tell. There's a lot of variety you can throw in a matchup, but it's been a while. So especially, I think some of the people in a group like this, I remember like Lana's Hot was started like being dominating RSL and moving up, kind of. So I'm really looking more to see where these players are at now. Is there the rust? How's the progression going? It's been a while since we've seen these players in like tier 3.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Lana definitely has come a long way since I first casted them. But I expect these games, by the way, in this group to be about like tier 2 level. I would say that's what I'm expecting here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about these. It's a schema with all the casting, you're getting all that intelligence, leveling up through osmosis. But Lana's definitely has steadily improved as they've gone throughout CPL.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like sometimes when I cast, my play gets worse.
Yeah, things getting a little delayed for Schemo here. Going for the early Zealot and the early Pylon, so that Cybercore very far behind the opponent, and that Scout does confirm you see this. So if you want to, you kind of do a little bit of whatever you want right now as Lana's High. You're going to get that full knowledge.
Yeah, Lana's running circles around in this base, seeing what's up. Oh, keep going. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering, this probe that was Schema sent out, immediately turned around. It's not trying to stay and get as much info as possible, but...
I mean, it's hanging around at the natural. Now, we didn't see a Zealot right away from Lana, so, I mean, there's nothing to block the ramp. The probe could go back in at any time there. I'm still just watching the one in Simo's base, though. It's just hanging around without any real trouble, because when you make these 2 Zealots, I would have thought if you make 2, you want to send them across the map, right? If you make 1, maybe you're just staying home and defending, but surely with 2, you want to try and do something, otherwise it's a bit of a waste, isn't it?
I mean, it depends if you want to save your gas for certain other things. I think this build might just be a little bit out of order because, like, the Cyber Core is delayed. You're used to, like, oh, well, I should be using the Gateway, but you can't make the Dragoon yet, so you might as well spend the money on that, but that could also have been a second Gateway instead. There's things you could do. I think really just, like, a Cyber Core being later than you're hoping for, I think it's just throwing things off a little bit, and you can see Lana's hot. It's not like they got this tremendous advantage. They got the first Goon on the map, but, like, workers are even. It's not like there's a big supply lead. These Zealots are, sure, they're not going to be super useful, but at least they can block the ramp, and eventually they'll kill that scout out of there.
Yeah, so this probe going to go for a Nexus, like it looks like pretty soon, which is very intriguing that Lana's going to go off just one gate here. Now, there's a probe down the low ground for Simo as well, but I don't know where that's going. Well, let's see. We've got the minerals here. Goon's coming across. Okay, there goes the Nexus there for Lana. So very economical build here, no tech.
This is actually something I think lower tier players should experiment with. Because, I mean, you're going to see a lot of, like, 2-gate, a lot of Zealot pressure, a lot of these things that are hard. You're going to have to know how to deal with.
Oh, boy.
But, yeah, now, speaking of. Okay,
Whoa.
Speaking of.
Okay, someone hold me down in my seat here. This is getting too exciting. So
let me just, I'll finish my thought, then we can go into reaction. I think that some of these lower level players should try taking these kind of early expansions, because if you're at this, like, the lower end, like, you know, if we're in, like, this tier 2, possibly, like, high tier 3 kind of area, a lot of players are not going to know how to punish this fast Nexus. Like, people don't do it, but you might not really understand, like, why or how to stop it. So, like, you're going to see a bunch of gateways go down here, but, like, a lot of, like, they're skipping tech to get gateways, so it's not like the units are going to be that bad. If Schemo can't do very big damage reasonably early on, Lana's probably going to be in a good spot. It's going to be up to the defense.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely true. Look, I feel like when you say, you know, lower tier players should experiment with it, I mean, I feel like this is the lesson you're going to learn, though. Your opponent's going to show up with a lot of goons, you're going to die, and, like, that's educational. Look, it's nothing is impossible.
4-gate goon is not popular. This is like the hardest.
3 gates well executed would be enough, right? You don't need 4. Yeah, but this is crazy right now. Simo is just like, alright, good unit in PvP, Dragoon, right? And that's the plan. That is the plan. Okay, so this Forge, Lana has a notion that they need to defend here. Of course, it's an anti-DT measure as well, but honestly, the cannon would be getting a bit late if it was for DTs right now. And a 4th gate coming up for Lana as well. So if Lana can just hold off long enough for the economy to kick in, they'll be in a great position. But the army's coming across here.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, if Lana could buy time, that'd be good. He's going to put on the high ground position forward. You can always run away. This could buy time. Only one cannon being made. That's a pretty adventurous and not really cutting back, taking some free damage, trying to do what they can. These 2 Zealots actually going to be super annoyed as it moves forward. Defender's advantage might be able to kick in here. We'll see with the reinforcements, but
yeah, decent micro from Lana so far, but they are pretty outgunned here. Yeah, and like you say, only 1 cannon. They need to pretend this is a Hydra bust right now, chuck down as many as they can. Even the probes fighting is probably going to be necessary here, but Simo backs off seeing that wall. It would be difficult getting on engage, I suppose, but oh, I don't know. Their window is going to close pretty rapidly here. Reinforcements coming across the map, bit by bit. Actually, yeah, that pylon I just realized is, okay, there you go. Needs to start another cannon, I think, but I don't know. Let's see. That's a really good angle from Lana here. Loses 1 goon, gets another one in turn. Actually, the goon count looking almost even right now. Nice micro by Lana, pulls back the edge of goon there, and actually repels Simo for now. More goons arrive, though.
Yeah, I think a little bit sloppy on both sides so far, just as the builds, but the concept here is making sense. I wish there was more cannons. The fact he's fighting away from him, taking a fight a little bit outgunned here, and Lana, you see how fast Dragoon numbers can really snowball. That was like an almost even Dragoon count to a massive win for Schemo. We'll see if the defender can keep in. Finally making another cannon. Lana, I don't know if they realize how economically ahead they are.
Okay, they almost lost that straight green. Yeah, right? Like, this is pretty huge. Even though the probe count is not that much higher, just the saturation is giving them a lot more income right now. And presumably they're in, like, full defense mode, not making probes, which might be the right move, in fact. And honestly, I don't know what Simo's waiting for right now. This is the time you need to go. Okay, here we go. Simo heard me. Oh, that cannon is going to last, like, 3 seconds. And then there's so few Dragoons here. I don't know if Lana can actually defend this here. The choke helps. Oh, nice target fire by Simo. There's not that many goons for Lana, but again, Simo retreats. Well, here's the thing. Simo has preserved a pretty high goon count. I still think they can potentially bust here, and they need to, because they don't really have any follow-up. So many cannons going to warp in here, though. Simo's window is rapidly closing.
I don't think it's as close as you think it is. Cannons, like, while they do some pretty good damage, Dragoons doing 20 damage a shot will be able to deal them pretty quickly. And it's not like Lana, like, they just had on gateways. They didn't get, like, Reavers, even if it was just, like, a slow Reaver. There's no splash damage here, so, like, it's still going to be possible. There's been plenty of games where he's like, I don't know, and you just keep active on, and you can just end up doing it, especially since Dragoons have these, like, critical numbers for two-shotting them. And we'll see. Big engagement. Lana pokes forward. I don't know about that, but here comes that big attack from Schemo. Focusing on some of the cannons, reasonable target firing. Some of Lana's units are not in the fight. And really, you cannot afford to be doing this right now. 2 cannons down. Half the goons going down as well, but Schemo starting to take some big damage. Has
that high ground goon.
Reinforcements as well.
That high ground goon, though, pelting away. I don't know. I think Lana might barely be able to hold this. Or, actually, maybe not. It's very close.
Well, there's 4 more goons about to show up, and Lana is not reinforcing 4 at a time. So, I think as long as you play it carefully, that shield battery might actually be the big thing you're really looking for right now.
Yeah, definitely. Although Lana not using it right now, sitting a bit too far forward of it, trying to build an additional cannon, and actually the goon count for Simo is so high right now. Actually, I think Simo might have done it here. Looks like they're going to break through and destroy this expansion. More goons coming down the ramp though. Again, the shield battery not really seeing much use here. Probes getting pulled. Oh my gosh, this fight is still ongoing. Lana's barely going to hold for now.
Saw shield barrier get used though. Reinforcements are pretty far away from the map, so I think the Defender Revenge might be able to kick in. Lana's starting to bag up a little bit of money. You really don't want to have idle time on the gateways when things are so critical right now, but cannon warps in, does repel the attack a little bit. Lana does have to be careful. Don't get caught out again in the open, losing units and taking damage. They don't really
Lana has
need
the goon count now, or at least right now. Okay, the reinforcements are right, but even so, I mean, they've got the shield battery. There's an injured goon. Okay, it died now for Simo. I mean, this is pretty much an even fight. But the problem is now Lana has this expansion. They can keep up this rate of production for longer. Rip Forge. Yeah.
I mean, that's honestly not that bad. Stop any more cannons from getting made. There's one more being made at the moment. But Zealot Charge is being, not Charge, Speed.
Thanks,
Wrong game.
StarCraft
I'm
2.
an idiot.
Wow.
Thanks, StarCraft 2.
Can't
I
believe
like
we're
that
playing
game.
StarCraft 2 right now.
You know what? At whatever point I was making, I just derailed myself into oblivion. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah. So, like you say, Zealot Legs, as we call it here in Brood War coming up. What's the actual name? Like leg enhancements, I'm pretty sure. Develop leg enhancements.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's Zealot Speed.
Yeah, Zealot Speed is the only way from it. Yeah,
but
so
imagine
every
if it
other
was-
unit has legs. Dragoons have legs. Why don't they go faster? Although, my god, if Dragoons went faster, that'd actually be so much worse because they just like run off into random locations so quick.
I mean, they got 4 legs. They should be double faster.
That's the problem. If they go that fast, you will not be able to control them. Lana coming out here. A pretty good concave here for Simo, but not actually controlling their goons moving forward. But nonetheless, good volleys actually gets 2 for 1 there. And honestly, Simo's still building up a huge number of goons. Looks like they might be able to attack into here. But Templar Archive is almost finished. DT could repel this at least for a little bit while the Robo for Simo is still coming online. It looks like Simo is fully committed here, not going for an expansion of any kind. Just going, alright, I can still make goons and kill you. Goons, good unit. But more gateways coming up here. Probe count has increased a little bit for Lana.
I mean, that's more than a little bit. Like, especially given this game state, they don't need to try to like rush forward or get anything. And we do see it's not even observers out of that Robo. It's going to be an attempt to go for a Reaver, try to open this up, but those Dark Templars are going to show up. These could have happened a long time ago, and this is one of the reasons I think you don't see a lot of this 4-gate gun, that you get almost the same power out of doing a 3-gate.
Yeah.
Except you can maybe play out of it, and you can go get like observer, so you don't lose when this happens.
Definitely. Well, I mean, there could still be time for a little attack here. Even if the DT pops out, I feel like Simo might still be able to actually attack and destroy the Nexus. I don't know, it's a lot of goons, but it's hard to get in the narrow location. Once again, Lana trying to step forward. I think just trying to get some use out of that shield battery, but the DT is out. He's here.
Well, the DTs are out, and there's still all those Zealots piling up in the back. If that big suicide attack goes in, those Zealots will just run into the battle. And the first DT doesn't even care about the goons.
Smart,
it's going to go for the counterattack.
Yeah, not even revealing its presence. That's a good move, actually. All you have to do is kill all the probes, and this is a win for sure. Here's the thing. Even if the natural got destroyed, I think Simo is much closer to mining out in the main than Lana is. So that would still theoretically be a win for Lana here. But like you say, those speed Zealots actually probably will shred these goons up here. If the Reaver got out in time, maybe, but here we go. Lana pulling the trigger, moving forward here. That's a lot of goons, though.
I mean, DTs will be able to help if needed, but Zealot's so strong when they can get up in there. And there's that DT going into the main, straight for the middle line. If a fight's happening, you're never going to notice that you're losing your pros.
Absolutely
There's no
not.
chance.
Well, it's justice that Protoss suffers from the same affliction as Zerg with no notifications, right? If it was Terran building the DTs and like they have their SCVs that don't get one shot, that would just be like, you know, extra levels of bullshit. But here we go, that DT going to work, getting those kills, and DTs on the goons as well. And that's it, GG.
Yeah, and Skiro's in the chat. Did we give him the benefit of the doubt that he just typed in the ally chat? I mean, they can defend themselves.
We'll let him tell his own story. Let's say that.
Yeah, that's one of the big problems I've experienced trying to play 4-gate goon like that. It has a lot of power, but it's so hard to know when to transition out. Because you're like, oh, if I just keep making goons, well, you're spending all your money. It's like, do you try to take a Nexus? When do you restart pro production? When do you have an opportunity to tech? It's hard to figure all that stuff out when you're burning so much money on goons out of 4 gateways like
Simo
that.
says that wasn't their week 2 game. Well, I don't know, man. It was in the week 2 folder, so someone screwed up somewhere.
Oh, no.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I mean, it's on Eclipse. It's on Eclipse.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's on Eclipse. What do you mean it wasn't your week 2 game? Excuse me? Okay, look, there's 2 possibilities here. I guess 3 possibilities. 1, someone uploaded the wrong replay, in which case they're playing the wrong map anyway. Like B, they played the wrong map in week 1, and C, I guess somehow we screwed up here, but I don't really understand how. What? Okay,
wait, you were both in the chat the whole time, and you're just saying it now.
You know what happened? They probably just played a practice game, because surely that wasn't your week 1 match or something, right? My God, Lord. Good Lord. Yeah,
this is a dangerous precedent, because this is like how you get your bonus content right
that's
here.
Right,
like, oh,
that's right.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Oops, sorry guys. Teehee.
What do you mean this is not on you? Oh my gosh. Look, alright, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead with the games we have, and if we have time at the end, we'll cast the real Simo versus Lana replay. That game is still pretty exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, tell me now, Simo, do you reckon your real match is better or worse than that?
These people.
Yep. 100% better. Alright, we'll probably do it. But in the meantime, in the top right, in the navy, we have Nightcat, and in the bottom left, in the teal, we have Simo. You have no idea how close I was saying to in the navy you can sail the 7 seas, but not today.
Hey, you don't have time for jokes. Look at this, bro.
I know, right? I know, right? Simo's like, what? You don't have time for all your caster bullcrap you use to fool the time when nothing's happening. I am going now. Your gas will be taken. You're going to be building marines today, son. Or else, is he building in-base gateways? Well, either way, Terrence
yeah,
is
this
going
is
to
a
be
very
marines.
early set. I think it might be in-base. See that first
It
pile
was
on
one
this?
of his first probes, right? Oh gosh.
Super quick.
And it's
This is not
in.
gas steal. This is too fast for gas steal. You don't need to send it this early for gas steal.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
This
Although,
is in-base.
why is it hanging out? It needs to... No, it revealed itself. Oh, this is that kind of in-base? No. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, okay. When you do this, do you send a second probe? Because if your first one dies, you're just screwed, right?
I don't do this. Like, come on. I'll cheese, but there's a level. Like, listen, I don't watch that Bisu Pakju game and be like, this is my life now. This is what I want to do.
Oh, does anyone want to do that, honestly? Like, that's just evil. Alright, go, go, go. Start the gateway. He's got money. Get out of the way, SCVs. Okay, needs to get there. That pylon's actually pretty freaking low. There you go. There goes the gateway in a very weird position. He's not really blocking his opponent. When you do this, you really want to like block up the mineral field is a good strategy here, but I'm not going for that.
Yeah, but
right
the
now.
pylon dead. So these gamers
Yes.
are doing nothing.
Well, the thing is, it's a lot easier to keep building additional pylons if the SCVs target pylons. Look, they do target the gateway now. It's better to target the gateway because that way a Zelt won't come out. If you target the pylons, Protoss keeps building lots of pylons around, and eventually a Zelt will come out, and then you're screwed. But he's only going with 1 gate here instantly. Normally when you do this, you go for double. Okay, the pylon finishes again, he's going to build another one. He is. Needs another pylon pretty soon, I think, just to make sure that this stays up. Well, actually, hang on. Is this gateway going to finish? It is going to finish, but I don't think it's going to last long enough to get a Zealot out. So far, Nightcat very calmly just pulling a few SCVs and dealing with this.
Yeah. Now, I like preseason when there's cheese. I like it. Like, just because it's preseason doesn't mean you have to play a macro game. If you want to practice cheese, go ahead. This reeks of it doesn't look practiced. I mean, I'm sorry, but it just like I think there could have been like better pylon placement, more like putting the gateway in a spot where there's less surface area. This looks like I'm winging it.
Yeah,
and this is going to be very
Did
interesting.
Simo, like, wake up 5 minutes before their match or something, and they're like, oh, damn, I gotta play a Terran, alright, I'm gonna send my probe and just start building stuff in his face. Because he could have gone with the hidden gateways, and I feel like the probe arrived, it was kind of hanging around the ramp for a second, he's just like, nah, I'll just go in there. And look, I don't think this Zealot's actually gonna get out either. Well, maybe. No, I don't think it will, actually. It's gonna be close. No, it shouldn't. And the probe goes down. I think that's it for this rush.
Right, so... Now let's look at the game state, okay? How bad is it? Well,
very.
Don't even make this Zealot right now. Honestly, like you look back at the main, gas just getting started. First pile's gonna go down there, so you got to rebuild the whole tech tree.
Well,
if I'm Nightcat right now, I want to rush that first vulture as fast as humanly possible.
Absolutely.
And destroy Protoss for doing this.
Well, here's the thing though, Terran has kind of overreacted a bit here with this bunker. They delayed their gas a lot. They weren't building SCVs for a bit. So, oh my god, are you kidding me? Did you see that SCV? Not that SCV, that Zealot. Oh my god. It was like, running out of the building as it like, collapsed on it. But he does have to run anyway, so you don't get any damage done here except that one SCV. But oh my god, I can't believe that got out. Look, like I was saying, I think Terran delayed themselves a bit here by getting this bunker. They didn't get the gas. And look at this. Simo manages to start a cyber while his gateway's still up. So actually, this isn't as bad as it looks for Protoss. This Zealot coming back in here, it is pretty low. That one Marine is just like, no, I've been given my orders. I'm shooting this pylon. I don't care what else is going on behind me. But he does kill the Zealot, no more losses.
Yeah, Nightcat probably could have been more ahead than they actually were, but so far it is a spicy start to this game. It didn't end. I think, that both sides, I think there's a little bit of fumbling around, but the state isn't too bad here. But Nightcat, at least, I think their state looks a lot better. Despite the fact that there's so much invested from Schemo that didn't go through. You just killed all of these gateways. There isn't a lot of units following behind this. If you want to take that early expand, you can do it. If you want to tech, their tech's delayed. You have a lot of choices, I think, right now as Terran.
Okay, you were saying that this looked unpracticed, right? Well, consider this. If it's not properly prepared, then how is Nightcat going to have any experience playing against it? That's how you do it. You just come with something that makes no sense, and your opponent's just like, what is this? Because like I said,
we cannot encourage this playstyle, man. We can't do it.
Well, I was just saying, it does seem like Nightcat, he defended perfectly well, but he's not as ahead as he could have been. And actually, hang on, what's going on here? There's no bunker, and one of those Marines is injured. That goon could actually easily win that fight. Oh, he just starts it now. Okay, the Marine's gonna have to delay a bit. Oh, I'm a bit worried here. Okay, another one coming up actually. That 4th Marine building, this should be okay. Needs to micro this though.
Well, that's the thing. Needs the micro. Does kill one Marine. Gets the second one down. One left over.
Last one. Uh-oh. Needs some SCVs down here to deal with this. If he stops this bunker, again, a Marine pops out. Get in the bunker. Okay. So, Terran barely holds. And here's the thing. Terran does have a good advantage now of the CC coming up. Protoss opting for a 2-gate follow-up. I don't know if he's expecting a counter push. But as long as Terran get a tank out, which he will very soon, I think he's going to be fine here. Positioning a lot of SCVs ready to repair. But looks like Protoss going to go for an expansion as well behind this. I'd love to see a double expand out of Protoss. I think when you're in the situation when you've gone 2-gate, you really do need to double expand to get back in the game. Or the more traditional follow-up of Dark Templar, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot more sense when it's, 10-15, you 2-gate, it's like, oh, I can't get the pressure on. Not you gate, and then it gets killed, then gate, cancel, gate, pylon, gate.
What was the build order?
This is much different.
In StarCraft 2, you can view people's build order on ladder. Imagine if we did this for this game, you'd just be like, damn, what is this Protoss doing?
It's an animal.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, hitting the barracks here, which unfortunately for Protoss is the most HP. And now the tank coming down, hitting that injured goon. Pulls back a little. Yeah, he will be able... Oh, careful, don't lose that tank. But there's only one Marine in that bunker, right? Oh, 2 now. Okay. I was going to say, you need to be careful not to lose that tank. With only one Marine in the bunker, you'd actually maybe run past there. But with 2, I would say probably not worth it. Simo doesn't lose a dumper goon, so just trying to do damage, and unfortunately is repulsed, but no big losses there. And his Nexus is on the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, they also were, for a little bit, not producing any gamers. I wonder if they were prepping up for the double expand, but I think that just might have been, this game's so chaotic, kind of getting back into your normal flow, like how you're going to veer back into the standard gameplay, because if you ignore the clock, this doesn't look that unusual.
Well,
you just gotta not look at the clock.
You do wonder about Protoss probe count, though. It is very low, so it makes you think, like, oh, did a Vulture first kill everything? Oh my god, that transfer. There's how many probes left in the main? 7 left in the main, and there's 9 coming down here. I mean, for those of you who don't know, there's 1 less patron than natural, so generally you don't want, like, the majority of your probes at the natural. But anyway, getting that second base operational and how. I like that Simo is setting up this wall for vultures. You always got to worry about that. A lot of the time, if Protoss doesn't set that up, they get punished severely.
I always personally have a panic attack with the Robo so far forward like this.
Yeah.
If you get into a siege position, that is not the building I want to be willing to sacrifice for the buy time.
That is true. Normally you just put the observatory there or whatever, because that's a lot easier to replace. Yeah, you're not wrong that it is kind of awkward, but honestly, at this point, I'm just happy he's walling something. A third factory coming up here, so I assume we're going to see Nightcat add even another one still, and there's going to be an attack coming out here. Now, I think that's a pretty good move when you're this ahead, but then again, he's getting an armory right now. Oh no, he's preparing the SCV trapping spot, so obviously he's going to go Mass Wraith here. Okay, what's the odds that SCV does not get stuck behind there?
I think it's gonna be fine. You gotta just believe it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. You worry so much about the building placement. Neblime, just let it rock. It's all good.
Honestly, you can lose games very easily because of building placement.
Yeah, I know, but this game's already been so weird. Like, would that'd be a drop in the bucket that SCV gets strapped. We'll
Yeah, I
see
guess
as
so.
that armory is nearing completion.
I'm watching
now.
this SCV. Come on, get out of
I
there.
know
No! Why did you go up there? You could have made it. Oh, the last second. Oh. Well, what's the chance he gets out of this entire game? He's going to be there the rest of the game, isn't he? Oh, but eventually these minerals will be gone, I suppose. Eventually. But okay, so only 3 facts and then upgrades, so I don't know if Terran's going to like send out some vultures here. Getting Goliaths, in fact, in case of a DT drop, I think, coming up here is what he's worrying about. And that may be the case because there's Templar Archives coming up here. And if you have 4 Goliaths with range, that's actually not that hard to deal with. You do need some scans here, and Academy is on the way, though.
I mean, there's a lot of gateways on the way as well, and I feel like if you're going to the Templar, you're on 2 bases now at Schemo. I really want to see the second gas as natural. That way you can go into your Storm, your High Templar, you go to a big gateway, man, but like you're gonna need gas to get this done, whatever you transition into. So, the fact that natural still hasn't taken it is got me a little bit concerned.
Well, I have to say, I think Simo's macro just has been weak here in general. He's missing probes, I noticed, on the Nexus, now the main as well. So, even despite being a little behind, it's kind of getting a bit worse because of these mistakes. Now, the supply is even. I'm not really sure how that eventuated. Oh, we see Nightcat actually banking a lot. But look, I have to say, between the 2 players, it's probably better that that Nightcat has the SCVs and getting the money, even if he hasn't spent it just yet, compared to not making the probes. So I still favor Terran's position here, I think.
Well, it doesn't seem like he's gonna be anything crazy. We do see a Stargate on the way, so I think eventually getting to Arbiter is fine. Usually, you don't need to rush into that Templar Archives. You can wait to build them both at the same time with this. But
yes.
Yeah, it's honestly just the shape of everything. Even though the timing is could be cleaned up a little bit. This doesn't look that bad. I see.
Gas in the natural. Oh, okay. He noticed. Thank God. Well done them noticing that, because that could have lasted for a long time. Look, I've had a game in TVP where I looked at my third on Fighting Spirit and there was like 25 SCVs idle there that I'd rallied, and I never told them to mine, and I was just like, oh my god.
Well, Neblime told you from the Beyond the Veil. Did he tell you got 4 pros mining it?
I did notice that, but that's okay. That's better than having 0 pros mining it. Okay.
Yeah.
How many probes would you have to have where it's worse than having none? Like, if you put 20 probes on it that could have been mining minerals, at least you're still getting the gas, right? Well, look at these mines. I like these mines. I don't see... Oh, there is an observer there. But if these units pull back for whatever reason, I'd love them to double up those mines. That could be deadly. And look, Terran looks like they want to get that 3rd base set up. They're moving out. That CC building in the main. Arbiter Tribunal is on the way. Look at this
and the reinforce is not going to go through his mines. So
just
some
as well.
magic freaking star sets. Like, I'm going to go this weird way to reinforce instead.
No zealot legs, by the way, which is kind of worrying because these zealots are kind of just free money for the Terran at this point without speed. Checks out that base. Man, these vultures were here. I feel like Simo has some kind of like vulture tracking, but it's like a bit slow. What just blew up? Oh, a goon. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just a siege. We're trying to push out a little bit here. Love watching all the tanks right near a bunch of mines. That's an opportunity for greatness. A couple mines do go off.
Look at this probe at the 3rd. He came to the wrong neighborhood. What? He's okay though. They
Sure.
Don't mess with them. They won't mess with you, right? That's how vultures work. Okay, they're leaving. I guess he negotiated with them. Oh no, one's staying. Oh, that probe. I don't know how it's still alive. Oh my god, yeah, the
It
units,
just hasn't gotten seen it.
the unit's getting ever closer to those mines, by the way. Did 2 of the mines go off? I missed it.
Yes.
I can't believe that probe survived. Scan goes down, sees the Arbiter. Well, I think he would assume that's Arbiter. He doesn't see the Tribunal, but I mean, what else are you doing with a single Stargate? Not like he's going to be going scouts here. So Protoss finally gets their 3rd. Now, I feel like Protoss needs a 4th in this situation as well. Going with this 2-base Arbiter when Terran's taken 3rd, I think you absolutely need a 4th. Now, he can try and do a Buster Stasis, and that's a very threatening time for Terran, but if it fails, and Protoss has no 4th base, he is in a world of trouble. And look, Terran actually preparing for a recall as well is aware that this Arbiter timing is a lot faster. And honestly, I think Nightcat looking a lot more solid here. I think it's understandable why Simo went for Cheese early game, because it doesn't look like his late game's too confident here. Like, his expansion's pretty slow. His tech is fast, though.
I mean, also just the way it was open, it could be very much that... I think this group, like, we don't know what the race pick... Oh, the scheme was the race pick. I think there was only one Terran. So maybe, you know, don't put the prep in. It's like, I'm just going to cheese, we're going to get there. So when the game goes long, if you're not planning for it to go that way, you know, you're just kind of trying to adjust to what the game actually is, not what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's just as well for the Protoss there wasn't a big fight before Zealot speaks. Honestly, looking at these 2 armies with these slow Zealots, I think Terran could have actually like killed everything, but it's coming up now, and Protoss should be able to stall for this point until it's ready. Still a big bank from Nightcat. A decent number of factories have gone up, but having a lot of trouble using them here. But is able to secure that 3rd. Observers all over it, just seeing everything.
I mean, you say spending the money is troublesome, but Nightcat's still ahead on supply, and a lot of it's tanks. So, like, this is a very robust force that the schema will eventually have to deal with. Nightcat did make the move to get that 3rd base online first, so we'll see what that ends up being. And Schema, again, reinforcing in a very interesting way, going up to the top left instead. The little goon hit squad, which, I mean, if the plan is to take that base, sure, that seems reasonable.
Well, I think it's always a good move to have goons and observers patrolling, because vultures will get around. And speaking of, they're running right into the Protoss army. If only this Protoss army wasn't there, we can see that Nightcat had the idea to pick off the probes, but Simo ready to deny that. Like, Protoss's probe count is still kind of really low here, and that's going to be a problem as this game goes on. If Simo can't improve their economy, they're not really going to survive in a long game, I don't think, because Nightcat already ahead. And no probes in production right now. This is a big issue. Okay, there we go. They're starting at the 3rd. But look, I know Simo's watching this, so I have to give him the advice that, you know, you really need to watch those probes. Even in the game that started wild, it's a huge priority.
Yeah. I mean, just Nightcat overall looks like they're in great shape. The macro has been strong. Definitely. You know, the like work count is looking a lot better. Working out of the factories the best they can. Going for the 2nd armory. And
going for the covert ops, you know, normal Terran stuff. What?
Wait, what?
No,
oh, God.
Yeah, getting that +2, getting vessels, then putting mines for recalls, getting covert ops, and researching lockdown. Yeah, normal Terran stuff, yeah.
So, I think we figured it out. Because remember, yesterday we were like, Preseason, where's the nukes? You've changed. No, there can only be one nuke person. Oh, here comes the fight. The goons got to poke forward. Immediately decide that's a bad idea. Turn right around.
Well, yeah, at least
take some losses along the way. Ooh, those mines. Maybe?
Finally! They were laid like 5 minutes ago at least. Well, that was kind of underwhelming. I was like, yes, all the goons will die, but... Well, okay, that's pretty good for like 4 mines.
Yeah, better than nothing.
That's well worth it for sure. But yeah, like Nightcat's army looking really irresistible here. That said, the Arbiter is out and I believe Stasis is ready. And there's no EMP at this time, so... you know, there is definitely a big tool here for the Protoss, especially if Terran moves out, gets himself in a more exposed position. Protoss definitely has play. So I'm not saying Nightcat should push necessarily, but his army is looking very terrifying. One thing that I feel like... he scans, he doesn't see anything else new. One thing I feel like is missing here for Nightcat is it's better on this map if you put a whole bunch of buildings and crap at this big ramp here, and then you can just take these top left bases, and that's all you really need to do to win the game. But I don't know if Nightcat's aware of that strategy, if he's going to push across the middle of the map, which I have to say I'm not a fan of. Alright, where is his barracks, by the way? Since he made a covert ops, he's going to need it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's in the natural.
Yeah. Now, we just saw Lockdown got researched, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I like, because this is one of those theoretical, everyone just says, just lock down the Arbiter, man. It's so easy.
Yeah,
it's so simple. Just lock it down.
I can't believe you got recalls.
I'm gonna look to see if one Nightcat can actually lock down something critical before it's does the thing it's trying to do, and 2, what happens to the macro while you're trying to focus on doing lockdown?
Right?
Because I think especially at this level, that's very intensive. I don't know if that's the strategy you want to go for.
Nightcat pretty much maxed here, but as you mentioned, he still has a big bank. And yeah, like, you have to position the Ghost in the right place. Thing is, a Ghost is a lot cheaper than a Vessel. It's only 75 gas, so you really can get a few of them around the place. You're getting Cloak too. But the problem is, there are some Observers hanging around, so I kind of expect that, okay, no, there's only one left at the third. My bad, I don't know what happened to the other one. I'm kind of worried that if he puts Ghosts around, Simo might even see where they are, though, and be able to react. Now, that said, Simo, I don't know if he even plans to go for a recall. Protoss never has to do a recall. He could just use stasis only, and honestly, it's going to be a lot harder for Ghosts to lock down Arbiters before they get stasis down compared to when they're flying right into your base. Man, look at this army, though.
It's very strong at this point. And with the +2/+1 armor is going to be there soon. EMP Shockwave is...
No,
I would say, is that what they're waiting for? Yeah?
By the way, I didn't mention it before, I did show it. Protoss getting air armor upgrades. So, is this some, like, really long game for a carrier switch, or a misclick? Who knows?
I don't know any of the math, but I'm gonna just guess that is to help the Arbiter not get past the turrets.
Does that really make a difference for 150 gas?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Right, Protoss moving up here, but Terran easily going to be able to move counter them. And honestly, this is not a fight that Protoss could ever take. Not in any universe. Okay, Fleet Beacon coming down, by the way. So, the, where is it? There it is. The carriers are probably coming eventually. Either that, or he just wants 3-3 for his Arbiters. But look at this. The Vessel already on the hunt to EMP them. Oh, no, they're going to stack together. Okay, the Vessel pulls back. Now, where are the Ghosts? Have any been produced?
There's one hanging, or two in the back of the army.
Oh, with the army? Oh, I see them. Oh, I see them. Cool.
Yeah, this is fun and exciting. It's the first time I got to see Ghosts in the Carbine skin. They're cute. But it kind of proves the point is, like, no one really gets these units, and there's probably a reason for that. We'll see if we end up actually making a good use of them when we get there. And Schema right now is just building a lot of upgrades. You know what you should be doing right now? A lot of gateways. Get ready for the Remax.
You know, I think Nightcat is going to get a nuclear silo here just because he's researching the Ghost vision range, which generally is most useful for nuking. I mean, insofar as it's useful at all, I was going to say it's like Overlord sight range. When does anyone ever get that? A bunch of probes transferring. Unfortunately, Nightcat not going to catch these. So honestly, Nightcat I think needs to push now because he's just sitting here maxed with a lot of money, and giving Protoss kind of an opportunity to take his bases and get back. I feel like if he pushed across, it would be hard for Protoss to stop him, even with all these stasis available.
Yep. 3 Stargates going down, so it's going to be a big carrier transition whenever the fight does happen. Nightcat's got plenty of money available. Not as many factories as you probably would want to see, and if you're already maxed, it's going to be hard to like make the Goliaths in anticipation, so we'll see what ends up happening here. It's like, I don't want this ground army to get caught out, just start getting picked off. I want to see some kind of action here. And Schema is positioning real big. That entire force is going to be on this bottom side. But still, like, where you go to attack? Because if Nightcats was pinned back at home like they were, you're walking into a death line. Like,
Schema doesn't actually have Psystorm at this time, so it's just as well Terran isn't attacking, by the way. But yeah, I think Terran should just put like all his mines at this big ramp, leave like a tank or two, and like I was saying, it's better if you build buildings, and then he can come up here, push across this low ground, even though that sounds crazy, I think it's the best place to push because it's quite narrow, take out that base, and then Protoss, you know, has to rely on these bottom right bases only.
Yeah, I think this just could have been other bases taken more quickly. Nightcat, I think, could have been taking that fourth a lot faster than it did. Like, that fourth's not even actually being used yet. It's just gone here. And it's not for a silo.
Though, so, I really thought he would because he got Ghost Vision range. And yet he didn't get Ghost Energy for those lockdowns. I mean, come on. What is this? SCV's transferring now to the 4th of Terran. And more probes going to the 4th of Simo. I don't know if that's really such a good idea. Okay, no, he's transferring some to the 5th as well. So
Recall's just being researched now. How did Recall not get researched until now?
Well, Stasis is probably the better spell anyway, so he was fine.
You had Arbiter for 10 minutes. Like,
okay, Protoss still looks like didn't put any probes in this 5th. Alright, Terran looks like he finally come across. Picking this middle path, I have to say this is not my favorite to push from, but we'll see if we can make it work. Protoss army is in position here. Now, this is a pretty narrow area, but there's a lot of stasis available. There's also 2 EMPs available. Let's see if Nightcat can pull them off. There goes one. Doesn't hit anything at all. That one hits the front Arbiter. The Ghosts are revealing themselves. They took a shot. Locks down the no-energy Arbiter. But hey, I mean, it's still a free Arbiter kill. Oh, here comes the other one. There is no Goliath range. And he's going to get the stasis. That's a pretty good stasis. Another one. Oh, come on, give us another one. He's got so much energy. There goes another one in the back. Stasis is no observer. The Protoss Army attacking. Nice storms going down. Lockdown goes down after the stasis. I don't know if there's any ghost energy left. I think Protoss might actually be getting crushed here, because this is too narrow a location. There's so many tanks.
I really like the way you phrase that sentence. So you just abort out and avoid like bros are winning. You go with.
Yeah, sometimes you just say the wrong thing. You got to salvage it.
This is why Tasteless does all that kind of stuff. He's like, I'm really not sure. He's just openly he doesn't know how things are going down.
So yeah, I mean, it's not the worst engagement for Protoss. It's good enough for Protoss that he can keep going, but his gate count is not super high. That's the problem here. He's only got what, 9 gates here in the main.
And he does got the 4 Stargate carrier, so he's gonna be able to
he has 5 forges. He has 5 forges. I hope that's all. I hope there is another one somewhere. Oh my gosh.
Why is there 5 for it?
Imagine if you could build more forges and upgrade the same upgrade faster. Like, I would build like 6 armories.
Schemo, you're in the chat, man. How many forges do you think you need?
Please tell me you don't build another one. Alright, so Terran's going to continue to move forward here. Now, here's the Protoss army again, but all these mines. There's no observers here! Ooh. And the tank's caught unsieged, but the Protoss army a bit too small to contest this, to be honest. Where are the carriers? They're not out yet. We have Disruption Web being researched, but there's no Corsairs coming out. Where are the ghosts? I don't know how much longer Terran can hold out without ghosts. Okay, luckily there's one of his army. He's definitely going to win now. Goons only coming up here. Not going to be able to do anything to these tanks. A bunch more units come out, but, I mean, Protoss needs support. He needs an Arbiter or something. Because once you have this many tanks siege in a location, Protoss cannot have a good fight without some kind of support, like shuttles, arbiters, carriers, something like that. A big flank also. And look, he's going to try again, but again, just bleeding former units and backing up. And he's not really buying time here. I assume by this time Terran can see this fleet beacon. But only a few Goliaths being produced. There's still no Goliath range. Ultimately, might be a critical error from Terran here.
Yeah, I'm just... I like, we didn't remake the Arbiters. Recall maybe could have been an option. Like, there's a whole bunch of units protecting this top left base for Protoss that's not being used to mine at all. This could be a counterattack up to 11 o'clock. Like, I think there's opportunities for Schemos to get some action on the map, do something here, but they're just posturing around, waiting for Nightcat to make the push that they really do not have the forces to stop.
Yeah, I mean, okay, there's a decent, like, 2-front battle going on right now. I'd say Protoss was being reasonably efficient, but now these units kind of just standing here, taking tank hits, not doing anything. Not really sure what the plan is here. Even the Ghost getting involved, but he's never going to get a kill. There you go. He's dead. Yeah, so Protoss lost the last of their ground army there, kind of not doing anything. If he attacked in, he still would have lost the fight, but he could have at least taken out some tanks while he was at it, slowing this down. But now, what has he got? He's got this rally that came out. Carriers still, where are they at? They're still not ready for the fight, and Protoss is bleeding more and more units in here. Terran, you know, very prudently sending an SCV to take another base as well during this.
Yeah, this will, when the carriers do show up though, it's going to be like 7 carriers, not out of nowhere, but kind of out of nowhere, right? Like, it's going to be...
I didn't keep track of all the scans. I don't know if Nightcat scanned the main, but he certainly saw the fleet beacon. He's shooting at it right now, so he knows something's up, and he was making additional Goliaths. But like I said, he does not have Goliath range. Here we go. Here they come. Given enough time, I feel like these carriers can actually just kill every Goliath. Wow, that one carrier really keen. Does it have no interceptors? I think it has no interceptors or something. But yeah, there's not enough Goliaths with this. Terran forced to unsiege here. Where are the ghosts when you need them? Where are they?
This is like where lockdown could have really shown through.
There
and been awesome here.
There's one ghost. There's like 5 carriers, so it's not going to be quite enough. There's another one. Oh, EMP goes down, really taking a whole lot of shields off those carriers, which would be great if there's anything to shoot them. Look at the production tab right now. Nightcat with 10,000 minerals, while Simo producing like 16 different things. Okay, one lockdown goes down on an intercept.
It's on the intercept.
Oh my god! So Protoss going to clear up all these Goliaths here, I think. I don't think that's enough, but Protoss actually too timidly retreating. I think they really could have actually taken that fight and cleaned up the rest of these tanks. Well, it's good to stay with the dead ground though. Okay, here we go. Now the fight's going to begin. There's no Goliath range here, so just needs to use that micro. And yeah, coming up this ramp, even against one cannon, these Goliaths are going to get slaughtered here because it just makes such a difference in damage. And once all these Goliaths are gone, this Terran army's going to get cleaned up as well. Nightcat, plenty of money to remax though. Not making any more ghosts, sadly. Oh, one carrier does actually go down.
Yeah, I will say it's real. I'm really appreciating lockdown at its fullest. That this one interceptor was stunned for an incredibly long time.
Yeah.
All the Goliaths were right below it. Refused to shoot it even once.
Oh my god. NCX in chat with his post-Torrogate bingo card, yeah. Oh my gosh, this ghost has a lot of energy though, you gotta be careful here. Okay, it does get killed. Even though there's no units around, getting 2 carriers locked down is actually pretty bad for Protoss. But I mean, he's taking all this stuff out. Protoss needs an additional base though. I don't know where he's going to take it. The bottom right is an option, but also retaking his 5th up at the top left. Terran has built a CC at the top left in all this time. A couple tanks trying to come down, harass this bottom right and get taken out. Looks like Protoss will send the probe down to the bottom right as well. But these carriers just cruising around looking for kills right now, and they're going to find one.
Yeah, I don't think this is really... I don't know. Like, I think, like, Nightcat, the army they have built, they're being very passive in a way where it's like, now that the carriers are out, and you know, so it's like, yeah, you're going to start making Goliaths, you can start working on EMP or more lockdowns or whatever tech you want to use to fight them. They are a very slow unit, and you know there's all this stuff in the bottom right. There's no move at all to try and pressure those bases, especially this late in the game. Like, you got to go for some of these bases that still have a lot of resources that have a lot of value to them. Carriers are going to move in up to this 11 o'clock base. You could be trading other bases while you have this fat bank. I think that's really the path I prefer to see Nightcat do.
Yeah, so when you're up against carriers, you need to build like 20 turrets. That is not enough turrets. And this base is going to fall. And honestly, I think Sima did a great job distracting by sending a couple units into mines here, making the Terran army come over here and be like, oh, what's happening? And now he's taking out those CCs, continuing to get these CVs, and Terran only reacting sluggishly, really not moving at all here. Honestly, all Protoss has to do is deny these top 2 bases, and he could still potentially win this game. All these tanks, oh my gosh, what are they even doing? Okay, Protoss doesn't want to mess with that though, I guess. +3 done and everything, but he's going to. I don't think he should though. That is a slaughter for those poor zealots. And those goons know what's good for them. They've died once already, they know they want to get out of here, or do they? Uh-oh. They're just standing there getting shot. That high ground mischance though.
I mean, Nightcat's got a lot of Goliaths around the patrol trying to find these carriers. And more reinforcements go through, so you got just the fleet of limps, 8 carriers, and that's kind of all this army. Little ground force is going to reinforce from the bottom side, and you see Schemo posturing towards that bottom right, so they're not going to be getting anything done aggressively, but at least will protect their other 2 bases. I think, like, is that what you want to do? It's hard to tell. I think Nightcat just, the fact that the Goliaths are just never in position, and Schemo's being very good
this time.
And their weapon.
EMP?
Yeah.
Oh, get him! Suicide vessel, go! No, it EMP'd the Inceptors. Oh dear. Still these Goliaths, that's a lot of Goliaths actually. I mean, okay, that is a lot of carriers, but that's a lot of Goliaths. I don't think Simo can actually fight that whatsoever. Even these ground forces are helpless in the face of so many Goliaths with 3-3. Does he even need tanks? Just go get him. Oh my gosh, the Terran Swarm. People always talk about the Zerg Swarm, but right now the Terran Swarm is advancing. These goons trying to hold off. Okay, if you advance with 4 at a time, Protoss will definitely win, but he's eventually coming with the rest. Meanwhile, SCV's transfer.
That's the bait squad. That's the bait squad.
Ah,
now, look,
I see.
There's so many here and cares thinking if they want to fight or not. And I know the decent amount of the Interceptors did die early from the Goliath, so they can't fully be rebuilt yet. It's going to take the fight here. Tanks siege up. The goons taking big damage.
Oh my gosh.
Carriers, some of them are getting quite bruised up at this point. Plenty of Goliaths still alive. And you can see, like, the back and forth, the supplies keep kind of getting used and reset, but Schemo is light on minerals, actually. For something late in this game, so much gas, but actually pretty light on minerals instead.
Well, I think this is the winning strategy, though. He's just going to go up here and hit these bases, and Nightcat needs to take out both these bottom right bases, or maybe not the one that's about to mine out, but he needs to take out the fresh one, because if he keeps losing these bases up here, he will eventually run out of his enormous bank himself. Again, where are the ghosts when you need them, man?
Well, so the carriers are going for this CC, it's not my anything, and Nightcat is going for, how about I just kill your base instead, push?
Well, if he kills the main, he probably will win the game. Hey, that's a nice rhyme, by the way.
It's not a rhyme!
Yes, it is! Yes, it is! Kill the main, win the game. Anyone in chat?
Game and main are not rhyming. Don't be, no.
What about carrier
lazy
and
rap?
explosive missiles? Because they're getting destroyed right now.
Yeah, rhymes with like assume maybe they're friendly, so not so much. Here comes the backup crew. He heard you talking shit. They're gonna come in here and try to fight.
You're like, oh,
There's
what? You
so
think you
many
can take out carriers? There are so many carriers in Goliath. Numbers being whittled down. Where are the reinforcements? There's a bunch of units hanging out in the natural. Where are the ghosts, man? Like, he got all this investment. He still has like 1,700 gas. I want to see that lockdown. And look at these DTs. That's what you do when you're up against the ropes. And if Terran doesn't notice, they can do a lot of good damage. Carriers coming in at the same time. Now, he's sacrificing carriers to kill tanks. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Not really. 3 carriers go down for the group that was there.
Well,
nothing being rebuilt at this point.
If he kills all these tanks, like Zealots and Templars can really deal with these Goliaths no problem. Look at that. Scan goes down at last, so he does lose those DTs. Well, okay, 2 of them. That bad boy gets away. But Terran retaking these top bases.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep resetting things back and forth, but Schema, at this point, like, they have to choose what they're building, if they're going to make Zealots, if they're going to make Carriers. And honestly, Carriers are kind of getting off the table. They're just going to cost too much money, so it's going to go into a ground army. And Nightcat's still making tanks, hasn't just gone full Goliath all the way through.
Oh, it's so close to dying. I don't know why he stopped targeting that one. These Goliaths honestly probably kind of need to pull back and hit Interceptors, because they're getting slaughtered trying to go up the ramp to kill these carriers. The tanks luckily clean up every High Templar before they even think about casting a Storm. And yeah, I don't know, it's just not enough carriers to deal with this many Goliaths. Yes, Protoss getting some efficiency here, but he needs more than some efficiency. He needs to like clean all this stuff. Oh, nice Storm goes down. Nightcat needs to reinforce this. There's a whole bunch of Goliaths on the map, but they're not coming to reinforce this base, this attack. They're coming for the bases in the bottom. And these carriers, I think, can actually clean this up now. Although all of them are so low. If Nightcat target fired the right ones, he would kill like 4 of them right away. Unfortunately, these Goliaths just standing there not shooting. I think he put them on hold position, which a lot of the time is not the best move.
Yeah, it's finally do clear this whole out, but still, look, supply again. It was a very even trade, but you're losing these carriers that take forever to build that you can't reinforce with. And Nightcat, they're finally working through that bank. That was up to like 9,000 before. These carriers are so spongy, like they're gonna be able to get killed so easily. And Schema's bases are really starting to mine out. That bottom right is the only one actually mining any minerals. So
and Nightcat has this whole force here. There's no cannons, and yet he's hesitating. If he just went up there, the game would probably be over. But he's just sitting. Carriers coming across the middle of the map, though. If they get caught, that also might end the game. These Goliaths coming up here. Oh my gosh, these carriers are so low. Someone shoot! Someone shoot! Please! There we go. Right-click the carriers. You can do it. No, he's hitting the Interceptors. He could have killed like 3 carriers there. Now the DTs come up. Terran army pulling back. Looks like he was trying to defend that top base. That one Goliath really thinks he's going to win the war for the Terran army, but alas. DTs suddenly appearing everywhere, and even though there's turrets here, there's no actual defense. If they take out these turrets and start killing these SCVs, that could be huge. Terran will secure the top left though, and that is a lot of money potentially. Okay, I think those DTs are not going to quite kill this base all on their own.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage at +3, but not that much. That feels like 12 DTs. Yeah. It would be wiping out this base so fast. You wouldn't
Next time I play TVP, that's the army I'm making. Archon's being morphed. Now, if Terran just has a vessel, Archons are not worth much, I have to say. Even if you don't have a vessel, they're not the best. Although, Terran hasn't made a Vulture in a long time. Honestly, Vultures are extremely cost-efficient versus Archons. Obviously, it's not like any unit is not cost-efficient versus Archons, really, in TVP, but Vultures are a very good one. Now, these DTs getting amongst the Terran army again. Are there any scans left? Does he notice? They're not even attacking right now. What are they even trying to do? Okay, there we go. Needs a scan here. Okay, there we go. Not worth it for the Protoss. Only took out 1 tank with that. And look, he's really fortifying this top left now against carriers as well. And honestly, if he can secure this base that was quote-unquote Protoss's base, that might be all he needs to do.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have that another force going down to the bottom right, which those 2 Goliaths could do the job. That's it. That's all you need to do. Just send those 2 Goliaths off that top right base.
He might not even know. I don't know.
It's 35 minutes in. What other bases are there? Like, you have to just go check everything. Yeah, if you don't know, like, it's there. It's got to be.
I guess he's just spending all his APM on securing this top area, which I think still leads to a victory here. Now, these carriers coming up on the edge. This one Goliath could actually potentially kill one. Well, let's see. Oh, God. That does so much damage. Ooh, okay. Reduces one to just like 45 hit points, no shield. And the Terran army going to come up here. EMP not quite available yet. It's a bunch of storms. These storms could be devastating though. Terran needs to be really careful here. They're actually going to get this whole army stormed into oblivion if they're not careful. It looks like that's exactly what's happening here. Never mind how many Goliaths you have. They are all going to, like, I don't know, just get destroyed by the weather. Like, he needs to pull back. SCV's doing a good job baiting carriers though. Yeah, he needs to get those units out of there. That was an extremely good, efficient engage for Protoss.
Yeah, it turns out standing still in the Psystorm, not really a strategy. I saw the EMP did go off, but I don't know where it went. I think it just went onto the carriers to reset some of their shields. Which,
did he have enough energy? Well, he didn't.
He barely got it at the end of the fight.
If he EMP'd the carriers, he missed. So, okay, now these units coming up here to bust this third now that Terran's lost his entire army. But the carriers are running into trouble again. Man, these carriers, honestly, they're lucky to have lived as long as they have, but this might be the end of the road for them. Protoss not paying attention right now. One falls, another one about to fall. There goes 2, 3. Oh my gosh. 4. But at the same time, the SCV's in the top left. Is there a storm? There's no energy for a storm, but an Archon has storms of its own. Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
This game is crazy.
And we did see a small attempt at that bottom right. The 2 Goliaths did go into action, but got cleaned up by Schemo's little ground force. So, unfortunately, that bottom right base is good, but it looks like more units going down there. So I think that guy is going to focus on that. Will eventually clean up his Archon after taking some pretty big worker damage.
Yeah.
A little bit surprising, actually, how much that Archon
at least
did.
15 workers died. But there's a bunch of idle ones at the 12 o'clock that can be used. Now, Protoss coming up here. He has an observer. There's no tanks. That said, there's a little force down here. Still one Goliath hammering at that pylon. This seems to be the chosen strategy of Nightcat there in the bottom right. A single Archon coming up to this bottom left. I don't think that's going to get the job done. Somehow.
I mean, it's got a couple probes.
Yeah, that makes all the difference, obviously. They tried. Meanwhile, Protoss getting into this bottom right. This is the last base for Protoss. The carriers advancing, but I mean, those Goliaths alone will put pay to them. Protoss trying to bust into the main here, but a couple tanks on high ground forces that back. Protoss being repelled on every front. Is this the end for Simo?
Yeah, I feel like it's been very back and forth, but with Nightcat just having more money available and Schemo's bases just being like, it's right here and that's it. If you're attacking me, you can't defend this. And I think that's really starting to bite him right now. Especially since those carriers are finally getting killed a little bit. Like, it took forever. They were at such low health for such a long time. Eventually, they did mainly get cleaned up, and you can see that supply from Schemo just dropped off the planet the moment a lot of those got killed. So, we'll see what ends up happening here. The probes all get killed, but the Nexus will stand. So, you know, still could be an opportunity to keep going with that, because this is the only base that has minerals. You're going to have to make it work.
Unless Protoss can reclaim this base, but I don't think that's going to happen on the left there. Sorry, I forgot you're not watching my point of view. If Protoss can reclaim that base on the left, there's a chance, but you never know. You never know. Anything can happen in StarCraft.
Yeah, but how are you going to do it? There's 148 minerals. You can't build a Nexus.
Okay, but he's mining.
You can't build units anymore.
He's mining. He's got mining. Look, Protoss still has a standing army if he gets a good engagement, because Terran is kind of spread all over the place. I don't want to say it's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly not impossible. Impossible should have stopped at like minute 4 when the Hargates didn't work.
Yeah, right? Okay, so he's coming in with force here, and this is what I mean. Terran kind of out of position. Now, he's quickly rallying over. These carriers need to be very careful. They will die very quickly to all those Goliaths. Oh, that was the Interceptor. I thought they were shooting the carriers. If he focuses this CC, that'd be huge. Okay, he's going to engage the Goliaths instead, which I don't know. There's no storms here. That's not the best choice. I guess the Terran army's here just in time. Even pulls the SCVs away, not wanting to lose those again. Carrier's trying to take part in this battle, but honestly, like, I think it's making things worse for the Protoss. They should just get out of here. And yeah, Goon's struggling to retreat up that ramp. That one retreating in the wrong direction.
But look at the middle of the map.
Yeah.
That broke off a little section to go towards that bottom right. And there's a couple Goons and some Templar. They do have plenty of energy. Scans knows to deal with. I think Nightcat can take the fight, just to be very careful. Schemo right on top of it, though. Templars moving out. They're looking for that good storm. Gets one of the tanks. Sure, seems very reasonable. Go for the other one. Soften as much as you can.
And I mean, he can sort of hold this ramp if he just kills that tank. Oh, I don't know, actually. Will these Goons hold this? I think they barely do.
I think it's...
Oh no, the siege mode, it's coming. Oh, he snipes it! These Goons will hold this ramp. Nicely done. But meanwhile, the Protoss force being repelled from the top left once again. Terran out of money now, though. What you see is what you get pretty much for both players. There's still plenty of mining to be done, though. These carriers still doing their work. Honestly, every Interceptor he loses is very costly to replace at this point. Going up this narrow ramp, needs to siege up in the back there. Oh, these Zealots are going to be very dead. And yeah, look, there's no way Protoss can even use these carriers, to be honest, because the Interceptors are just evaporating. What's a stronger word than evaporating?
Disintegrating.
Yeah, that's it. The Interceptor's just disintegrating in the face of these Goliaths. This game is crazy.
Yeah, I think at this point, like, the only value you're really going to get out of these carriers is if, like, maybe they could be down at that bottom right to help
possibly. Well, I mean, there's 3 Goliaths here, and to be honest, that's enough. But look, he's pushing forward. Looks like Protoss did want to take the space, but I don't think there's any way he can hold this location. Now, Terran may lose this little force down here. There's more reinforcement Goons coming. These freaking hero Goons on the ramp. 5 kills and 12 kills! 12 kills in that Dragoon, but unfortunately they're about to be obliterated by a single tank follow. Oh, okay, that one didn't take 80 damage from that. I don't understand how this game works. That goon on the right did not take a single point of damage from those tanks. And look, these flanking goons, are they going to get up just before the Terran claims this ramp? I don't know. Nice storm. Can Protoss break back into his own base? It looks like Terran might barely hold it. That storm damaging the back tanks. Oh my gosh. What a close fight, but the high ground mischance. Absolutely flummoxing those goons. They have no chance of hitting that tank. But the probes coming out to fight. They are the real heroes. Oh god, but +3 armor actually makes this kind of sad.
Yeah, it's not great. How come the probes don't get plus weapons? Like, why
they're not
are they
soldiers,
doing 8?
they're workers, they're civilians.
It's all robots, man. Everything's robots.
Yeah, well you're not upgrading robot weapons, are you? You're upgrading ground weapons. That's why Reavers don't gain any damage either. You have to get the Scarab damage upgrade. +1 doesn't affect robots. Hey, look at this. These carriers out in the open here. I think this might be the end of them. Tanks. Oh, well, they run away. Tanks crushing those goons still. Oh, there they go. But Protoss still holding this base somehow. Somehow. How many kills did that goon get?
I mean, look at this horse from my cat going across that bottom this time. I think this time, a miracle defense, like, there's a limit to how many miracles you can pull. There's no storms this time, no dragoons with magic mischance. It's like, I don't think this is going to be the one.
Every time the odds get longer. Finally, that one goon very bravely stepped forward, but I think, yeah, this is a bit beyond him.
The fact that it lasted as long as it did, I hate high ground mischance. It is just absurd what we're seeing happen in that base.
Honestly, it was a heroic defense from Simo to try and hold this base. +1 air weapons being upgraded for the Terrans, not really sure what the plan is there. The DT gets made again, takes out a tank. But I mean, these carriers, sorry, I thought it was one, they're very perfectly stacked. These carriers honestly are more of a donation to Terran than anything, they're not going to accomplish anything here. Yeah, it has to be.
I mean, I think they're just trying to buy, maybe just goons, buying time.
Oh my god, he's still holding this location. Now, he only has 9 probes on the map, all of which are presumably mining from depleted geysers, so I'm not sure what good it does. But at the same time, the Terran ground army is somehow getting defeated. I missed what happened there.
DTs do 49 a swipe. Like, they're pretty strong, even if you could see them.
One DT there has 9 kills, so it must have been getting in with no detection, I'm sure. And now there's nothing defending this top left. Are you kidding me? Is Protoss going to take out this base? There's 8 tank, but 8 tank's not going to do anything. Where is the Terran army? What does he have? He has 2 tanks here.
He's got another force down in the bottom right, and I think it's just stuff being produced at the moment, stuff by the natural.
Well, once again, Sumo's going to hold this. Like, these Goliaths not wandering up, and honestly, that one carrier is still here. 12 kills on it now. 13 kills. And I don't know, man. Like, Terran has a little bit of a bank, but not much. Okay, he's built a whole bunch of vultures. Honestly, he's a perfect unit right now, but oh my god, these mines. Watch out for these. Oh, no. Ooh. A lot of damage goes down. Honestly, a lot of those vultures running with no detection. Still no scans going down. Oh my god. Mines take out absolutely everything. Now, Terran does reclaim this, it looks like, but barely. But what does Protoss have to attack again, though? He has his little garrison force down here in the bottom right. But that's it, really. I don't think he has an army to attack with, so I guess we're at a bit of a stalemate. At least all both players can mine something. But Protoss is way closer to mining out here.
Yeah, this game is really on fumes, as much as you can possibly be, and it's like, what do you do at this point? It's not even like there's the gas bank. Nightcat at least has a lot of gas, you know, maybe that could be vessels or ghosts or something.
One last time, the little ragtag raiding force is going out to this base, and there's actually no defense here this time. Where did the carrier go? Oh, he's moving across the map. But look at this, as if these units just go up this ramp. Please. Okay. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. And there's nothing here. That's gonna be it. That's all the mining for Protoss. But can he hold this base? There is no anti-air, and the carrier is on the way. Oh my gosh! I gotta tell you, my observing is suffering a lot from the excitement. I'm just going like back and forth crazily.
Yeah, I mean that's completely fair at this point. Although the amount of hype that like this point of the game is like, there is one singular carrier. Can it do it? It's just gonna slowly pick off.
Oh my gosh! Dude, he has so much gas, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Ghosts would actually be the best unit right now, because they cost 25 minerals. And you can lock down...
even just a couple vessels. Like, EMP, it does half the work for you.
Look, you can get 4 Ghosts for the price of 1 vessel. 4 Ghosts. Look, they do full damage to Dark Templars, and they lock down goons, so honestly, like, it would be way better. But look, the 3 hero Goliaths come up to kill this carrier. There is still a goon hanging out here, but I mean, he has like 1 actual HP, and this Nexus getting taken out. DT at the bottom right gets taken out. I think that might finally be it here. I don't know what card Simo has left to play, having lost that carrier and his base here. Of course, the assimilator, the vital structure at this point.
Well, he's got 8 supply worth army. One of it's a goon. finally tapping out. How dare you not make sure that was a public
Simo.
GG if you said Schemo,
Simo.
bro.
Tell me you typed GG and we just didn't see it. Simo, please.
Yeah, you have to tell it.
Oh my god. That was a crazy game. Honestly, I think that might be the best game I've seen in... We're in chat? What kind of chat? Oh, voice chat. They're in voice chat? That's crazy playing a match in voice chat, to be honest. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
actually, that's very surprising. Like, I wonder how many times they were just like, how's this game still going on? Like, just both players frustrated the other one won't leave yet. But that was honestly, for as crazy as that game was, back and forth, and like how scrappy it ended up being, there wasn't that many opportunities where I was just like, Nightcat should just go kill him. Like, this is going on for a non good reason. But a lot of times it was actually like positioning, and the armies were not like totally disparate in their power levels. So that's a very rare thing for a 47-minute game.
That was a heroic defense of that bottom right base like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, honestly, Simo did very well given his situation, but at the end it wasn't enough. Well done there by Nightcat. Alright, we're going to go into like a 2 or 3 minute break because I got to take a quick break after that one before we move on.
Sure. That sounds reasonable.
Alright, we are back. We're going to jump into our next game. And while we do that, Simo and Lana, if you could indeed send us that replay.
It's in the caster channel.
Oh, very good. We will cast the actual Simo vs Lana exam. We take no responsibility for the fact the wrong game was in the drive, alright? Don't blame us. Because, you know, you can message us during a stream, but we're trying to get in the game, not paying attention. So we're not going to see that. Alright, before we get into that, we do have, I believe it's Simo vs Fake Promise coming up.
How many Simo games we can cast? You can get like a bonus double up game, and he's got all these other ones?
Yeah, that's right. He's like, oh, actually, that was still the wrong one. We have a third game here. Alright, in the top right, in the purple, we have Fake Promise. And in the bottom left, in the teal, we have Simo. Now back to the Zerg real quick, because look at their lava. We already know Simo all too well from the last game. We don't need to look at his base. But what do we see going on in the Zerg base?
Well, you don't see anything. That's
Exactly.
kind of it, right?
Exactly. No, I'm sure what happened is he just put his drones to mine, then he had to go AFK, right? Right? This is just an honest mistake.
No, it's not an honest mistake. And I love it. It's preseason. It's like, no, I want, like, promote me out of this tier. I'm going to win every game. I want to just dominate everybody.
He doesn't even put it in the back, so when the probe arrives, it'll like see it later. I guess the probe is not going to arrive. He just puts it right in the front. He's ready to murder. But look at this. Simo making a pylon in his base anyway. Okay, if you do this and you make a gate, is that better or worse than if you were at the natural? I assume it's better, right? Like say you're at the natural with a forge.
Yeah, because here the probes can help you kind of defend. Like you get,
right.
Like you'll have easier access to it. Because if it's way out,
whoa, what the hell is this? I can't handle this, Simo. Why did you tell us to cast this group? I can't deal with it. Simo's saying we need the backstory for this game. Go on then, type it in chat. But what?
No,
what
you know what? You know what? No, I'm gonna make up my own lore.
What?
You're not.
Is this? He got gas and then a forge. I like Fake Promise's build. Fake Promise is doing like a certified pro gamer build, whereas Simo, I don't even know. What is he getting this gas for?
Nothing. He's actually getting it for nothing. There's no like. But what if it's this? No, there's nothing. Like
he's gonna get
upgrades.
He's gonna get plasma
gateway?
shields to buff his cannons.
See, we just cast this long game back and forth with this hard gates kind of goofy opener. And it's like, all right, the game ended up crazy, but you know what? It's fine. Simo, what are we watching right now? This is ridiculous.
He is getting +1 weapons. This is the fastest possible +1 weapons. What is he going to do with that? Okay, these links hammer
lose. He's going to lose to these
he
links.
saw it. He's not starting a cannon. I don't know. He saw the lings. Why is he not starting a cannon here? He has the money. I'm not sure what he's saving for. There's no way a zealot gets out if he doesn't make a second pylon. Okay, there goes the cannon. But that's in a good position. But this isn't StarCraft 2. That doesn't block. You need to get probes over on that. Okay, sort of does, but not really. A zealot isn't started either. Well, the probes buying time as much as they can. The cannon finishes in a good position, but I mean, I don't really see that happening. Okay, Zealot got started and then cancelled immediately, then started again. So we're back on track. The cannon is going to die for sure because this is not StarCraft 2, this is Brood War. But nonetheless, cleans up a good deal of the lings actually. They're them just trying to kill the cannon, immediately restarts it. This actually looks kind of good for Simo right now. No additional lings coming just now. What happened to them? Oh, one was chasing the probe. I mean, he's going to have a +1 Zealot awfully soon. Okay, look at that. Cleans up those lings as well. Nicely done.
This 4-pool should have done more damage. Any other build, this okay, you have 2 zealots with +1 and you'll die to a 3-hatch Hydra or whatever.
Yeah.
You won't have this is not real. What is this?
This isn't a real StarCraft game. This is just like WWE of StarCraft.
I think we were getting ready to cast. I fell asleep on my couch, and this is a fever dream.
That last game, which was UFC, this is WWE right now. What is going on? Gosh, well, he has the cannon up. He doesn't need the gas. He's defending the simulator, but I guess he doesn't really want it because he's just going to make +1 zealots here. And we see Fake Promise didn't make any additional drones, and he's not even using his lava. He is his supply block, I suppose, but I'm not really sure what the plan is here. Is he going to start a hatchery? He's banking up a lot of money.
Yeah, there's no Overlord, no proxy hatchery. If there could be some real shenanigans, you're gonna fight the crazy with the crazy, there could be something. There's literally no follow up here for Fake Promise. Unfortunately, he's just trying to micro the links. But is it this is true for all these proxy builds? Because this will happen with 9/9 gates. You have to know when it's not just zealots that you have to do other things. It's you spend all this effort to kill the simulator. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
I don't know what Fake Promise is doing. He's not macroing at home at all. So, I don't know if there's some kind of, agreed throw or something. I'm not sure what he's doing, that he's just microing these lings he has, these 2 lings. Okay, now he finally makes some more lings, but not making an Overlord. Like I said, he's not macroing at home at all. Only just now making 2 lings. Gonna take his gas. Again, getting a sunken. But, I mean...
it's pretty hard to macro if, you just have your forehead buried into your hands. You're just what is happening right now? How did I not beat this freaking opener?
Yeah,
you just,
right.
It's you didn't pause the game. You're just I need 2 minutes to collect myself. We'll figure it out later. And unfortunately, the Fake Promise with an opener should have done a lot more. At least got him in a good spot here. Now this game's looking a lot dicier as the supply is really out of control. There's only 3 drones mining.
Yeah. Well, +1 zealots. Are they that good? Oh, well, they're pretty good. Nice
no, they're gonna be.
Oh my gosh, they are good. They actually decimated very good micro there from Simo. Keeps his zealot alive. And how much HP? On 3 HP. Like you said, there's only 3 drones though. I mean, does Simo even have any business being across this end of the map? You should just build 2 Nexuses and mass probes and then come kill him, because there's just no way. Oh, it does take out the initial one. There's just no way that Fake Promise is ever going to have the economy to face the Protoss here. I said Protoss is not making any more. Okay, do 3 zealots beat a sunken? I'm pretty sure they do. Even with a couple of lings in the way. Although it'd be dicey.
But you see, there's no expansion, no tech,
no drones
mining. You don't have to attack at all. You can just block the ramp with your zealots and just be all right, whatever.
He doesn't need to
whatever gameplay you want to.
And honestly, 50 minerals, or I should say 100 minerals to rebuild and extract it, is a price the Zerg can ill afford right now.
Yeah, that's another drone they have to build to sacrifice.
Exactly. Well, I don't think Zerg can really stop it. And these Zealots are happy to trade with these Lings with +1 here. Oh. Gosh. It is deadly. Look, we should not condone what Simo has done here today, because quite frankly it is a crime, but it's the +1 Zealots do kill Lings pretty fast. Okay, here we go, proper engagement going down. He will take out one Zealot, but the other two survive, and I mean, it's so hard for Fake Promise to actually even afford more Zerglings here.
Yeah, I think this is just a good preview. It's like, hey, you get in the CPL, you're gonna get some coaches. If you think games like this are fun, great. They're gonna tell you to never play like this ever again.
If you showed this to your coach, he would probably be like, "I'm not gonna coach either of you players. Like, get out of my team."
Can you imagine what Dragon would say? Be like, "Yo, I found this sick new strategy."
is that how you'd preface it? Yeah, you'd like at Dragon. Oh, I think I solved PvZ. That's what would happen.
He'd kick you off the team so fast.
He wouldn't even reply, he'd just ban you. So, Citadel going down, Stargate coming up, and I think as soon as a single Corsair is out, there's nothing Zerg can do here. He'll be down to 1 max supply. And there's no way he can ever stop a Corsair. Because he has 3 drones, he's not about to build an Evo on a Spore with 2 of his remaining 3.
I'm gonna devil's advocate. One, just because I think Seamus is gonna be a meme lord, he's probably gonna build a Scout. I mean,
that actually might even
be better. I actually think that's better. That's better because it can shoot the ground.
Well, let's see. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. How much gas does a Scout cost?
It's supply blocks.
Oh.
No problem.
I see. Ooh, I think he's putting enough.
I believe it costs like 275, 125 or something. It's so expensive.
More gas? Oh, I thought it was more gas than that. Well, it's better than before in original when I played single player. It cost 375 minerals. I was just like, why would you ever build that?
I mean, but they're cool though. They're real cool.
I don't know. They look kind of dorky to me. Okay, finally.
And seeing Templars. So we built a Stargate to not use it. So even when games get really like off kilter, this is a crazy weird scheme is really ahead. Still managing to focus on finishing a game cleanly is an important thing to practice. Just to put it out there.
But what is he going to do with 1 base gas of a Templar Archives when he's producing a Corsair as well? How is he going to afford anything? He can get ADT, I guess, but like he could have just made a Scout as well to go shoot the drones. What difference does it make?
Yeah, but like he's got these 2 goons up to 11. They're doing literally nothing. Like they're not denying a base. They're just big chilling off in the middle of nowhere. When in such small numbers, they should be with the Zealots. Actually, putting something into the opponents. It just feels very unfocused, even though this game was in a great spot.
I
like,
can't believe he's getting Zealot
I'm not
legs.
praising his play.
He got a Templar Archives to get Zealot legs. Good lord. Well, these +2 Zealots still doing their best. Actually, they're going to kill all this, huh? I can't believe that they killed all that. My god. Did I say +2 Zealots? I meant 2 +1 Zealots. They have a lot of kills.
He has a Templar Archives and he's getting ground armor instead of the +2.
Okay, I'm pretty sure what happened here actually. Simo was in the lobby and he's like, alright, how do I make the caster as mad as possible? GG. Fake Promise saves us from this hell. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's what he did. He sat down and he's like, what would the casters hate? I'm not playing Zerg, so I can't make Hydras. What if I take gas first? Good lord.
It's not. Oh god, it's not real. The game was funny and well done for Schema for winning that game, but dude, like the chat needs to be like really, really aware that isn't real. Don't.
That's the WWE of StarCraft. It's fake as hell. All right, so now I feel like we shouldn't as a punishment, but we are gonna cast the actual Simo vs Liner as hot now. Never mind.
I feel like at least this will be a real game because I don't think Lana's hot is having any of this bullshit. Like, PvP, there's a matchup that does not have you can't be having that kind of bullshit.
I sure hope so. All right, in the top right, in the brown, we have Lana as hot, and the bottom left in the green, we have Simo. That explains why they had that ridiculous AKA before. Or was that Lana as hot versus some like ladder random or something?
Well, then that'd be entirely on Lana is hot for uploading the wrong game then.
I don't know if Lana's still in chat. I think I might be gone. I just want to know. Man, Simo's very excited for this game, and after the last one, that's making me extremely worried. Oh, I see.
This better be practice. I swear to God, if this is like just.
Well, he practiced against Zerg. I mean, against Terran. So, oh god, don't even mention what he practiced against Zerg. He got plenty of practice in against Terran. I don't think he's going to build it in base this time. Looks like he's going to go build it in the Death Alley, as I like to call it. Yeah, it looks like. All the way down here. Honestly, it's a bit far. It'd be better to build it closer, but either way, it's closer than your own base. Look, if I ever play Simo on Eclipse, I know what to expect now. I better watch out.
That's a pretty far away. This shouldn't get scouted unless you're really, really looking for it, but this is still pretty far out of the way. I think you could try to get it a little bit closer if you're trying to really be super aggressive with these gateways, but still, it's committed. It's going to be a little bit shorter. Should be 2 gateways coming down eventually whenever things get rolling through. So we'll see how Lana's does react to this. I think if you scout at any reasonable time, you'll know exactly what's going on. Or even like if Lana just does like 10, 12, 2 gateway anyway,
yeah,
they're in a great spot.
Oh no, but oh yes. It's not a double gateway. Saetzero, do you even know how to play this game? I bet you've never got gas first and +1 in PvZ. It's obviously gateway and forge, and he is going for the cannons. I can see why they want to recast this game now, and I'm actually very pleased. Let's see if he can pull this off. So, yes, try and block the back, which you can sort of do on Eclipse. It's not impossible, but it's not necessarily easy either. Of course, his opponent none the wiser, because his probe isn't super fast. Gateway comes down. When is he going to go for it? How much money do you wait for? Or is he going to, like, leapfrog them? Is that the plan here?
Lana not getting that first zealot is really, really tragic for what we're seeing here. This pylon being way the hell out here is interesting. I think you could, if you're trying to be aggressive with this, which we're not. Oh god, I'm gonna try to justify this crap. All right, so it's I think if you had the zealot and they're focusing on that, you might be able to like distract enough to get the cannons up, but I think you would have to go for like behind the mineral line. You know, like pylon,
I don't
cannon,
even know
pylon.
what the point of this is. Like, you can cannon contain, I guess. Your opponent can just sit up here and go Reaver or whatever. They don't really have to care. Okay, so Simo is really defending his opponent's natural really strongly here. You know, nothing's going to happen there. There's already a shield battery in the main, so Lana is not very aware that there's nothing in the main that should be. And now Simo's kind of wasted his time building this cannon at the natural for no purpose. Okay, the Zealot comes in the main. Okay, now he's starting the cannon rush in the main. Very few probes out for Simo, of course, coming proxied here, but any he can kill will help him get back in this game. The probes microing really well for Lana so far, just waiting for that Dragoon to be out. Oh, look at that. Very nicely done. Hasn't lost a single one yet. I can't even select this Zealot. It's so covered in probes. Really nice probe micro by Lana, but a second Zealot is out now. So you got to be careful here. He does have a shield battery to help him out. But honestly, you need to do more kiting and less batterying. But the cannons are starting to move forward now. Okay,
yeah, but this could have been so much faster. If like
yes.
if
that
first
could
camp pilot was where this one is now, it would
yes.
still be out of vision. You could then the second one could actually be in a range where it's being threatening, but Schema still has 2 Zealots, putting the big pressure on. And Lana's hot, especially because they skipped that first one. They're trying to build up goons. If they ever stabilize, this will end up being good, but still, Zell's doing a pretty good job. And we'll see if Schema knows when to back off this and try to transition to something more normal, if they're just going to really commit to what they're doing.
Well, Lana is really neglecting to keep building probes here, actually, which is interesting. Okay, they start again now. Look, the thing is, if you build up enough goons, you can kind of deal with these cannons too. So Lana might actually be fine here. You know, once you have 3 or 4 goons, 1 cannon is not such a big deal. But look at this. Finally finds these cannons, probably going, oh no. Range is not on the way as far as I saw, unless it's already finished.
No, hasn't been started.
How did those goons not fire this then? Okay, they can take out this cannon there. Yeah, it's very hard for Simo to push forward like this, but more Zealots come in. I mean, look, maybe that's the right call, just getting more goons right now. Just be careful with this injured goon. Nice kiting so far, though. Oh, that's a shield battery? Man, it probably would be better to get another cannon, because this one cannon's kind of easy pickings right now. Oh, but that goon almost gets sniped. Oh, the Zealot targets it. Nicely done there by Simo. But nonetheless, it doesn't really look like this rush is going to succeed. He's kind of slowing down his opponent, but what has he got going on at home? He's only just taking his gas now, and eventually Lana's just going to have a really good goon count and come out here and storm across the map.
Yeah, it'd be nice. And even like, because these cans are placed a little more haphazardly, it's not like the cans are going to stop the goon from leaving the natural. I don't even think that can is going to hit them if they
Would they even see it? Would they just kind of like leave and not even know it exists? Look at this. Simo building more cannons. Oh, well, 1 more cannon as it turns out. Did that get cancelled or did it die? And these Zealots taking a lot with that shield battery. This is the battle of the shields. Both players just going back and recharging, but a Zealot does fall. Looks like another one will. Oh, that goon! Okay, does survive. Looks like the Zealot was going to target it for a second, but it does retreat. But there's not much energy left on Simo's shield battery whatsoever. And none of these cannons can finish, because Lana's doing a good job of attacking them. Oh, that goon. Oh my gosh. Such good micro here from Lana. Oh, I say that, but as soon as I say that... Lana, pull it back! Oh no.
I see in chat. This is not normal PvP. Do not write this as normal PvP. I see you in the chat.
Yeah.
Don't you dare think this is normal.
Who said that?
Well, no, it's like the PvP is so weird. Yeah,
No,
this is weird. The matchup is not that
this
weird.
Isn't PvP.
This game is weird.
This isn't PvP. This is Lana versus Simo. Like, that's all I can say about this. Look, more cannons going down. Where are they going down? At the natural of Simo. So Simo going to expand behind this. Citadel coming up for Lana. Now, I have to question that a little when your opponent already has all these cannons. Surely it'd be better to go for a Robo, because even if you don't get a Reaver, you could shuttle around these and go kill your opponent. Or if you do get a Reaver, go drop them. I really don't know if DT is going to be the play here.
No, I really think it should have been a Reaver. 100%. Because that'll help you break these cannons for yourself, or it's immobile defense, you could just go harass, you can go counterattack, do whatever you need to do. But it's like, at this point, you're going to have to just build up a lot of goons and know when is it time to go for the move, really kind of go for this. And we'll see where it ends up being. First cannon going down, Zealous trying to do the damage they can, but still 5 goons still alive. Not focused on the second one, just taking a lot of free damage they don't really need to here. Lana trying their best to micro through this, but the Zealots helping out the best they can. Second cannon goes down, third one gets canceled, and I think finally the pressure from Schema is going to die down here, and that leaves Lana with a very big supply lead, and Schema attempting to take this Nexus. If it was Reavers, this wall is not intimidating at all, but since it was a different follow-up instead from Lana, we'll see what it ends up being. There's still 3 gateways. You can make a lot of goons out of this. Fucking this game.
Oh, it's going to get a goon. It was all worth it. Totally.
No! No!
Oh, it's delaying him too. It was all part of the plan. Look, he's building more cannons here. Well, probably needs another pylon at some point. Look, I believe Lana should be able to bust this anyway. Just with this number of goons. I don't think like 6 cannons even is going to be able to stop it once you add 3 more. Because goons are pretty good at chewing through cannons. Be good to kill that extra pylon down there though. Here's the thing. Simo actually has a probe lead. Despite everything that happened, and if they have a second Nexus, they're going to have a bigger current lead, so I feel like Lana just have to try to do something. That said, it'll take a long time for Simo to catch up with the army size if Lana does not attack. Okay, 3 more cannons going down. Maybe if Lana attacks immediately here before these cannons warp in...
No, this is 6 cannons. You don't even attack into this, you just take your expansion. They just invested, what, 900 minerals on cannons? Like, you're good.
Okay.
You held that proxy, you killed a bunch of stuff in your base, you see this big supply lead. Lana could just transition into a decent mid-game army, and then when Schemo ever wants to fight, you'll kill them, or you can wait till you have Reavers to break this wall. You do not have to force this issue right now.
Actually, you see this many cannons, you just take a 3rd base? Because that's a lot of cannons. And there's no gateway in the main. Yes, this gateway is still out here on the map, and presumably its time is limited. Citadel coming down, so obviously DTs are going to be the play. I mean, how do you come into a game and cannon rush and not make DTs at some point? But surely Lana could just throw down a 3rd base, get a Robo, and like be laughing, right?
I don't know.
Man,
I got nothing for this game. Like, my brain is getting fried watching this. And
yeah.
Like, you guys, like, I've worked 11 hours a day. These are the games you throw at me. It's like, I know exactly what he needs. He needs a brain tickler.
Why are people at Neblime? What's happening in the chat? Just to tell me that you don't get them as often as a defender, so it's hard to know what to do? Oh, like I was saying earlier, yeah, because he hasn't practiced the build, there's no way his opponent knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but, like, StarCraft is a game that you can follow that kind of base. Like, if someone's doing something really weird, and you know it's really weird,
God.
It's because it probably dies the standard play.
Where is the
you
Reaver,
don't have
man?
to overreact.
Where is the Reaver? There's so many cannons being built here. Like, to get
well,
it's
it's a double expand from Lana. I think they just contain inside this wall and they're good. They don't need to do anything.
Yes, but their probe count. Their probe count is very bad right now. Lana is building more, but it's going to take some time to catch up. Now, Simo does have to invest in all his production, like there's all these goons already. My god, that's so many cannons. I'm not sure like if Simo's expecting a bust of goons only or what, but honestly, Simo doesn't know that it's not Reaver. If everything in the world made sense, we wouldn't be here like, you know, watching this game where someone cannon rushed, but either way, it wouldn't really make sense to get all these cannons when you don't really know what's going on. Now the DT's coming out, and Lana has neglected to get any Robo. There's cannons, but I mean, a DT can get past 1 cannon, right?
I actually am not 100% sure on that. The main is still covered by another cannon, so that'll be a bigger thing. And Lana's never scanned the map to try and kill this proxy.
Well, there was a probe that went around looking, but it didn't find it. Now, I am worried this DT's going to do a lot. I can't believe Lana still doesn't have a Robo. I feel like that really is what needs to happen here. Now, where are those goons rallied to? Okay, good. That'll hold off the DT for now. But if it finds the 3rd, there's no way for for Lana to defend it, at least for the time being. Okay,
We're just gonna die here.
Well, I hope Lana noticed that, and that motivates him to finally get a Robo. Nope, second cannon instead. Is that a Robo? Oh my gosh, what is this? Is this like PvP if Reavers did not exist?
I just love that that's the thing you're focused on. It's like, hey, it should be a Robo, it should be a Robo, it should be a Robo. It's like, it shouldn't have been this cheese. It shouldn't be like 1,000 cannons at the front of Schemo's base. Like, it shouldn't be a lot of stuff right now. Look, it's proxy cannons up the front to protect these goons. Which DT actually probably could have canceled this if it was closer, but it went from
Oh no, it pulls back. I guess that cannon is pretty close to finishing. I mean, it would have been a close thing. My god, what is this like trench warfare PvP right now? It's like the cannon lines facing each other. Simo has a lot of cannons though. My gosh.
I mean, it's, at least it's aesthetically pleasing. The nice clean rows. Like
that is true. That is true. And look, cannons look kind of architectural anyway. Like, you know, bunkers are obviously a bunker. Sunkens, like, who wants to look at that? Who even knows what that's supposed to be? Cannons look kind of like a little sculpture slash fountain anyway. No cannons up here. They're going up, but it looks like they'll be up just in time. I mean, how fast can a DT kill a cannon?
Pretty fast.
Not that fast though. So they do survive, and Lana barely holds a space. Still more probes for Simo by a considerable margin though. Not mining gas here. Oh please, Lana, you know the building you gotta make, the one that makes the flying things that can see stuff. That's the only piece of the puzzle that's missing.
The Stargate, get it.
Oh my gosh.
Get that Stargate, come on.
Stargate and PvP? Well, PvP arbiters are pretty sick, but I don't think it's time for that yet.
I mean, this like apparently the games tonight are all just gonna be weird, wild train wrecks of like creativity. So you know, let's go get those arbiters. Rush the stasis. You have no idea. I mean,
hey, stasis is pretty good. It's pretty good. We've seen it. Pros have done it. So therefore.
Yeah, but they don't do it at 12 minutes.
That is true.
So it'd be like weird now.
It was like a 30-minute game on Transistor or something. So yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Transistor, that map was so weird. Like that. It was a very fun map.
I liked it. It was probably not balanced. It was probably pretty good for Protoss vs Terran as it turned out, and probably PvZ had its issues, but I still liked it. No map is imbalanced in a mirror. Hey, it's happening. No, that's not it. Where is it? Where is it? Lana. No, it's Simo. Are you kidding me? No. 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 Please.
I don't know. I will challenge you on that, though. There is, I can think at least one map that is imbalanced in a mirror.
What's that?
Reverse Temple and TVT.
Okay, but Lost Temple is just like inherently imbalanced, reverse or not.
Yeah.
Okay, finally check out this gateway. Okay, you're right. Lost Temple is just pain. It's lost because that's your mind after you play it. Alright, so Lana finally gonna clean up this stuff out here. I'm trying not to say that word starting with an R because I'm not going to lose my mind. How many gates are there up here? 7 gates, going up to 8, so good production being established here. Upgrades going as well. Oh, I was missing this breakout attempt. Simo coming out here, and these cannons going to do a lot of work on these zealots, but I don't know if it's enough. Nice storm going down, the DT coming from the back, as well coming for reinforcements. Looks like Simo is going to break out pretty handily here. The wind's coming up, but they can't do anything about that DT because there's no observers.
Yeah. See, here's the problem with going back to earlier before when Lana went for the double expand. You could see, even though they got that third Nexus so quick, and for most part, once they got the Nexus going, they were really kind of building up the probe count. The economy is still like really good for Schemo, even on the 2 base. Like,
well,
so
you know,
I think
Simo is really relying on speed zealots here, and you know there is one particular unit that's very good against zealots. I have to say.
No, there is this this thing that rhymes with beaver that he could have gotten.
That's right. That's right. There's a building that rhymes with hobo that you make if you're not one, but it looks like Lana's going to come up here and clean this up anyway. So holding third at the expense of a couple of pros, but meh. Oh, the fight continues, but no, definitely Simo's going to hold this. So honestly, their position is still fine here. They do need to make a few more probes, but even if they have a few less, they'll still be mining more at this time. DT's still hanging around. It's got any kills? 2 kills. And Simo, I mean, they're coming across the map, but they just sacrificed a lot of their army. And I don't know how much they really have going for them here, other than the DT, which cannot be counted. Is that DT attacking its own zealot just there? What's that just C? Okay, but now the Templar assassination can begin. He has a few storms, but you're going to need some precise storms to deal with this. Okay, no, he's going to attack the base instead. Cannon's going up there. There's one in the back for protection. So I don't think Seimo's going to be successful here.
Yeah, the 2 cannons in the back are about to finish up as well.
Oh,
and now
the
they're locked
DT
into that
blocking the
base.
ramp! What a sick move. He needs to storm that, though. No storm going down. If he storms, they can get up here. I think he's realizing now. Storm it! There you go. There's one. Oh my gosh, they're going to take out that cannon. If they take out that cannon... Okay, the DT dies, actually, so the cannon's not so critical now. That was a great move by Seimo, but unfortunately, I think Lana will get back in here.
Yeah, after the stuff we've seen today from Seimo, I just want to be mad, but that was actually a very sick play to be heads up without DT and try to make that work the best you can.
Where is it?
And that is finally the final straw. The Robo is on the way for Lana.
16
Finally.
minutes. Okay, we made it. DT shenanigans will end, but Zealot shenanigans will not. Where are the storms? He needs to storm the crap out of these Zealots to stop them. All these Templars up here. Seimo relying purely on Zealots. I mean, I know we said it once already, but there's a certain unit you can use, which is very good against that. Storms, mostly his own units. Pretty much exclusively his own units there. Templars of Seimo's coming up now as well. Lana's army getting disorganized all over the place. Templar falls down. All these units just running to and fro up the ramp here. But that said, Seimo fighting in 2 separate locations, and now Lana has learnt from his enemy. He has a DT out, which is doing massive damage to his Zealots here. And actually, Lana's kind of cleaning up.
Yeah, especially like holding on for long enough, but I don't see any observers for how much DTs are being used by Seimo. You figure you'd be covered against that happening to you, but here we are.
Oh, the storm on the probes! Okay, only gets a few, not that big, but there's more. Oh no. Okay, that was... What?
Not the greatest aim.
Are these SCVs? What did I just watch? How did they... Okay, finally busted out his own
the second one was all the way to the right.
Yeah.
Like,
how did they survive so
anything.
well? Look, he's still behind... Oh no, actually no, Lana is ahead now. What happened to Seimo's probes? I thought he had more than that. Maybe he just stopped making them.
He just stopped making them for a while.
And Seimo's finally looking at taking third here. Then what are the upgrades at? We have +1 for Lana and 1-1 for Seimo. Lana going for +2 though, which is probably better than the +2 armor that Seimo's going for. But honestly, Seimo needs to be careful to stop donating units because he's way behind in supply now. Okay. Look, you know that part in the campaign where Tastar's like, I can't bear to see my Protoss brethren tear each other apart anymore? I think I understand that after watching this game, because this is just chaos and slaughter. That DT is not going in there.
But after everything that has happened, Lana's army is really starting to climb ahead on supply, and it's like they're both at the part where they have the tech they need, plenty of splash damage, and like the +2 will armor finish up a little sooner. Looks like Archons are being added to the mix as well for Schema, but resources are being invested over at that 9 o'clock to try to keep it safe.
What's going to happen to that Archon? Okay, I guess he just zoops out of there. Well, sooner or later. Yeah, I mean, okay, Archon's pretty good against Speed Zealots, and there is a lot of Speed Zealots for Lana here, but Lana's army's still just much bigger. But yeah, the attack that happened before was just like, both sides had units running around all over the place, they were storming their own units, it was just brutal. Look at this.
And they're just gonna rotate around each other. Yeah. Why go for a fight when we can just maneuver for no reason?
This DT sees everything Seimo does though. How does Seimo not have observers though? Alright, I guess we shouldn't be complaining about Lana after all. Seimo turns out to be the true observer slacker. Look at this, pinning the army between the DTs and the actual army. These Templars coming in, one gets annihilated by without casting a storm. Good storm on Lana's army. No storms coming down from Lana just yet. Honestly, those Speed Zealots got annihilated by those storms and Archons. And now Seimo actually looks like they have the superior army count.
How did this happen?
Like the DTs. Oh, there's an observer? There is an observer. I'm sure that DT did good damage, but didn't get many kills because his goons tend to just run away. Well, the thing is, Lana didn't actually cast any storms there. They had the 2 Templars almost full energy, but didn't cast any, and so Seimo took advantage of that. And honestly, those Zealots got annihilated by AoE. But Lana does have the superior economy now. Seimo only just finishing this Nexus, let alone getting probes there. But Archon's coming out in large numbers. Oh my gosh, it's so many Zealots and so few goons here from Lana. This is worrying. Oh, I didn't even notice this 4th base though. That's a good move by Lana. While you're attacking, expanding, that's an excellent way to get ahead. And honestly, I don't think Seimo can contest it. So even though Seimo wins another fight, he still needs to make something happen here to really get back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, if another big fight win happens and you're in a good position, I think Schema could get outside the natural, be really annoying for reinforcements. But Lana's adding on so many Zealots at this point, +2 weapons has finished, so their army, at least right now, is in a pretty good spot. Looks like Schema will get their own +2 pretty soon. But every time I look at the supply, it's like they have a big fight. It didn't go so great for Lana, so they're back to even, and then Lana shoots ahead because I think they're doing a better job. Yeah, I see it in production. I'm not acknowledging it. I refuse to acknowledge it.
Lana's base. Hey, look at this beautiful robotics facility that got built. Isn't that amazing? Look, it even built an observer. Everything's normal.
Yeah,
this is a normal PvP base. There was some cheese earlier. There's a shield battery. It's fine. There's a bunch of gateways.
Yeah, I know. Go look at the other base. I know what building you want to talk about. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. So, is he going for Arbiter here? That is the question. Even if it's only Arbiter, I think you need another base here for sure. And honestly, since Seamo's kind of on the ropes, I think staying across your own map and taking a base is probably the best thing to do. I mean, the game may not last much longer though.
It has to be Arbiter because you can't go carrier. Storm destroys carriers.
Yeah, it is Arbiter.
You just can't do it.
Okay, hear me out about carriers. If you're in a very stalematy situation where both players have a lot of cannons at bases, I think that you can probably, like, you know, maybe... No, okay, I'll stop.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Okay. Looking at these armies...
Stop.
Unless Simo has as good an engagement as the last one, I think the game might just end here though, because even though, like, you look at the size of it, it looks the same, but remember how, like, much more efficient those zealots are? If they don't get completely annihilated by Archons and Storm again, look at this zealot's going to find it. Now Simo knows where the enemy is. I don't know if Lana's paying attention here. Lana needs good storms this time to make this fight happen. Okay, let's see. Oh, that is not quite how you do it, but that did do pretty good damage. Honestly, those storms are decent. If only they stacked, that would have annihilated one unit. Essentially, Simo getting a pretty bad engagement here, letting Lana's army spread out and hit from two fronts. And only goes left with a couple Archons to support. I think Lana will be able to overcome this little force here.
Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable at this point. Like, Schemo now is like out of mining at 2 of their bases. Lana still has a little bit more to go in their natural, so like this really is going to be a problem for Schemo that they're lost their ground army and now they're really hoping on a 3rd base. Schemo knows that as well and it's going to tap out.
I love that Lana was expanding behind that as well. Well, Simo tried plenty of dirty tricks, but honestly, Lana just playing solidly enough without the robo somehow that they pulled it off in the end. It shows macro in the long term is stronger for sure.
I have a theory.
Yeah?
Someone bet Schemo $10. I bet you won't meme every game in week 2. And then he said, "I'll make a free $10." That's what it sounds like to me.
There was some like caster that hurt Simo, and he's like, "I'm getting my revenge," because like he does really long casts in RSL, and I hope he's gonna do like 50 replays in one day for us at CPL just so we can get them all done. So I don't know why he hates casters so much. You wouldn't think it. I'm just like this, he says. Simo, why do you hate casters though?
Why do your coaches hate you? I can foresee that for
That
sure.
is not a mystery whatsoever. Alright. Here we are back on Eclipse, of course. Now, Fake Promise returning in the purple Zerg. And the bottom left in the brown. We have Lana is hot. Seems like we've seen Fake Promise's entire, what would you say?
Repertoire?
That's the word. Of strategies. Because they're going for that 4 pool again. Not even the 5 pool.
This might be the you play a preseason. You don't want to be marked as inactive. Oh, we could schedule. I don't really want to play though.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point actually. If people are just trying to get their games done, and honestly, a lot of people I would say Fake Promise has played in CPLs before. They have their CPL MMR. The admins probably have a decent idea of their thing, and they just don't want to get inactive games. If you know it's only going to take 5 minutes, then yeah. Although maybe Simo coming in doing this horror gates thought that game was going to take 5 minutes, and look what happens.
Alright, so we got Lana's hot going for the wall. And we'll see if it ends up being a gateway. I believe Lana will do Forge, but not immediately scouting is going to be a very big problem.
Oh, that might be the game right there, not Pylon scouting here. And honestly, we've seen this. I feel like in some of the casts we've done recently, we have seen this. And look, honestly, in every matchup, I like Pylon scouting. Maybe not so much PvP, I guess, but in TvP as well, just so you can mess with the Terran and I don't know. You really want to know if it's a 4 pool, as you can see.
Yeah, well, even you want to know if it's a 9 pool or hatchery first. There's definitely adaptations you can go for here. And Lana is just moving out. Is this Nexus first?
Oh, no.
Lana, you...
Oh, Nightcat Simo strategy could not be more crazy. You know what? The only thing that could be crazier, if instead of getting +1 weapons first, you got +1 air weapons first, went straight to a Stargate without building any buildings and any units, and then got a scout. Alright, Simo, next time you play PvZ, you're doing that, okay?
So here's the here's how you try Nexus first, play this game, and never try it again.
I would say preseason game, I would not try Nexus first. Forge goes down. Now, he can still potentially put a cannon in the main. Forge and Gateway. I don't know about that. I think you just want to save your money. GG.
No, yeah, you just GG.
Okay.
See, you can't put a cannon in the main. There's no pylon there.
Only if I can cast it. Oh. Simo, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever casting your games again after today, Simo.
Yeah, I'm, this is, what is it, like, you know how you can, like, you have a friend, you like poke fun at them, and you do this thing, you go too far, you cross that line one time, and then that's it. There's never again.
That's right. The quiet friend who snaps. Man, Simo's going crazy posting those clips, though. Supplement 2. Thanks for posting those clips, guys. Honestly, after that Nightcat Simo game, I'm thinking of making a preseason highlight video. Because honestly, that game was really good. Never mind we're ragging on Simo for all these other things. That Nightcat Simo game was really amazing. Alright, in the top right, in the pale yellow, we have Nightcat. And the bottom left, in the purple, we have Fake Promise. And look at that! They made a drone! So, we have a Simo free game, a 4-pool free game, a Protoss free game.
So the moment we get away from Protoss, we get to actually watch StarCraft. Is that what we're...
I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to make any judgments on what real StarCraft is, except that Gas First +1 was not real StarCraft. That's not a judgment, that's just a fact. Well, I have seen people in StarCraft 2 who are very new, who like the first thing they built was an engineering base, so they could build a turret to make the Overlord go away in their base. Okay, what if you did that and like you built it in such a spot that the Zerg didn't see it, so it's too late or something? Or like you surrounded the Overlord?
Surrounded the Overlord. We're gonna surround the Overlord with these turrets now. That's what we're doing?
Well, so it can't get away. I'm just thinking, killing the first Overlord's a pretty big deal. Honestly, it's pretty hard for Zerg to win losing the first Overlord.
I think they win for free if you rush and you rush turrets to kill
yeah, you do all this and then it turns out they're going 4-pool and they come in and your turret doesn't even finish. You know what would be interesting? I wish it was doable that you could make a map where everything could attack air and ground even if it normally only attacks one. I think that would be a really interesting thing to play.
We'll have to see. Since I'm seeing it in chat and it's been more than one sense, so I'm not 100% sure if it's like joking around and having fun. In PvZ, you want a pilot scout, especially if you forge expand. You want to know the pool timing, you want to know if it's a hatchery first, you need to know how many lings are being made.
Yes, and here's the thing, especially when it's not a 2-player map, and you know, you're worried about 9-pool more often than 4-pool. If you scout the first position, the Zerg's not there, you don't know where they are, like you need to know that you don't know sooner so you can set out a probe or whatever you're going to do. Because yeah, if you don't know it's 9-pool, you're not going to be ready and you will die, and as we saw 4-pool even more so. Now that said, if last game it had been a Forge like right away before the Nexus, like they'd still play there, but the problem is they were going for Nexus first as well. Okay, this drone comes up in here, get to see everything. Nice safe drone scout coming up here. Regular build from that guy as well. No gas, so we're not going to see that Goliath build. I really think it has fallen out of favor even in CPL it seems. Some people I feel like, you know, didn't really want to learn bio, so they only learned the Goliath build and now they still do it, but I don't think anyone who like has the choice is really doing it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, like, at the moment I count it out, it pops its head back up. So
yeah, that's right, exactly. Now, this SCV getting pretty good scouting info in here. Looks like it is going to be a 2-hatch build. Both players pretty solid builds so far. I love that he went for that low ground CC right away as well. Oh, that drone died, I didn't see that. That's a bit unfortunate. Like, all you really need to see with this drone is there gas or not, and then you should really try and preserve it, because one drone's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it did confirm the lack of the gas, but it died doing so, unfortunately. Marine managed to gun it down without too much issue.
Who on earth would choose to play Zerg when it's like every matchup you're sitting here and you're like, well, I've got about 13 drones at this base, I'm good. And like, you know, you lose one, you're like, damn, I've taken a loss. And in ZVZ, it's like, I lost a drone, better GG. Whereas Terran, it's like, well, there's 4 goons in my base, I'll just pull like 15 SCVs, should be good. You know, and the game goes on, you know?
Well, I mean, it doesn't kind of depend on what we're talking about, because like you look like an old school like a J-Dong drone. They look broken with the movie shots.
But my point is, you can never just be like, oh, I'll send the drones out to fight and like everything will be fine. It's usually like, well, you lost 2 drones and the entire enemy army is dead, you probably took too much damage.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have the ability to just make lings and send the lings out instead of the drones.
That is the trade-off, isn't it? That is the trade-off.
Yeah, seems pretty reasonable here.
Which, I understand now why Fake Promise kept going full pull, because why would you want to make drones when lings are so much better as a unit? Now, the scouting SV does get taken out. Nightcat doing a decent job keeping alive as long as he can, does confirm the lair timing, and a very safe Sunken coming up here from Fake Promise. So, I mean, unrelated to the games we were casting yesterday, but I hope that these players have learned better than those other ones where we saw so many stim timings coming in and being really menacing. Now, it is going to be Hydra Den here. Once again, it is rather late though. One of these days we'll cast a TVZ where the Zerg gets the Hydra Den like halfway through the lair, that lurker aspect starts like, oh, crisp, but not today.
Well, I mean, it didn't go down too much later than the scout died. So if you're really trying to hide it...
It's a good point. That's a good point. That might have been the intention here. And obviously, 2H Lurker, if scouted, is really not very good at all. Look, I think it's fair to say that 2H Muta is just objectively better. It's just that surprise aspect can be devastating.
Yeah, especially if you're managed to get hold positions in a different spot, or if they burn all their scans, looking for scouting info just to find out, they're like, oh no.
You know, if Fake Promise are trying to fool him, what I would love to see is if you make Hydras now, send them out on the map, and let Terran come and mess with your Sunkens, and be like, oh no, I have no units, and then suddenly Lurkers are at their natural.
Oh, that'd be beautiful here. Lurker aspect on the way, about halfway done. And I mean, there is a little scouting info, sees the move out here. We got some creep colonies made that can be more Sunkens. Yeah. Does see that on the map and will react. Plenty of time here. Scan going down.
Yeah, he sees the Hydra immediately. Now, Evo Chamber coming up at this time makes me think maybe Fake Promise is not going for a local win here. In fact, he hasn't made any Hydras either or tried to get them out of the map. So he might just be defending and going to Hydra Lurker or something weird like that. That said, there is a third hatch out here. You can just start making stuff here and then send it to attack the Terran Natural. But either way, it doesn't really look particularly aggressive for Fake Promise, especially with that fourth Sunken going out. I think he might just be going Hydra Lurker here. I don't know. Or just opening Lurker and going regular build, who knows?
Yeah, it could also just be the plan for ultras later to get those armor upgrades rolling as soon as possible. And there's armor on the way now, so that wouldn't surprise me at all if you're not very comfortable with
a good point, actually.
Control. It seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I guess he's just going defensive 2H Lurker, which, I mean, like I said, I feel like 2H Muta is just objectively a better build, but if you're not as confident with your Muta control, I mean, it's fine. You can definitely make it work. Now, we'll see how good Nightcat's response is. He was obviously expecting a Lurker bust, got those bunkers, and it does kind of force Terran to be aware of that. Now, he has stopped STV production. It's very concerning, because honestly, Zerg's going to have more drones than him soon if he's careful about that. Oh, look at that. He's looking for the third, but he does not find it.
Yeah, it's off in the corner, where you will never suspect it.
Okay, Lurker's coming out now. Is Nightcat paying attention to this army? If he's not, they can die very quickly. Okay, he does pay attention and stim in. Nicely done, almost kills one. Unfortunately, he didn't get it, but I think it was still worth trying there. For the cost of 2 Marines, that's not bad. But yeah, it shows Zerg as well. Don't mess with these Marines. I'm watching, alright? If you start doing stuff, they will kill you. Still has not scouted that base though, but nor has Zerg made any use of it whatsoever. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, without being able to transfer, it's going to be a little bit hard to get that really rolling anyway. I do like what we're seeing though, link speed on the way, just make a lot of links. I think that might be the move to break out here, just have the link speed distraction, let the lurkers run on up. Nightcat is paying attention, does get away, other than one medic maybe. Link's going to keep chasing though, try to force this fight out.
Oh, once again, doesn't quite kill it, but I mean, he's still doing a great job microing this. This is all you really want to do versus Ling Lurker. You just make them, oh, well, those Marines going to die. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. I could not be more wrong. Yeah, but honestly, that was very well done by Nightcat. Just stimming out of Lurker range, killing off the Lings is exactly what you want to do here. Now, obviously, you're a bit scared if there's other Lurkers that can come in, but if you brought these other Marines up, you really could have, taken a fight there, I felt like. Nonetheless, oh, the medic just separated. I feel like these Marines could have taken that fight if they really marked with the medics, but alas, these Lings do clean them up. And now, Fake Promise can be able to establish the contain because Nightcat didn't want to move out here. Which, honestly, is a bit of a mistake. He could have prevented this. Well, he still can if he acts quick, but he's just sitting right now. Factory is finished, though, so there's going to be options. Oh.
Starport cancelled.
Just wait for it, wait for it. Alright, there we go. As I was saying, there's going to be options for Terran soon enough. He's going to be able to get dropships or what have you. And there's no fast hive, so no swarm going to be coming to kill him. So he is secure for now. Look at this. He's going to move out a little bit. Zerg's still sitting way back, actually. I'm surprised he did not try and establish the contain here.
Yeah, it is all his bunkers are filled completely with Marines as well. So
really?
yeah.
Oh, this bio needs to be careful. It's stuck against the corner. Run! No! Nightcat! He was watching every other time. Okay, well he saves them just in time, but not for the lings he doesn't. Well, medics are pretty good, but I don't think they're that good. Oh no, they're not this good. She did her best, but it was not enough. Yeah, again, if he brought all those other Marines out, he definitely could have taken a fight here. And even if he was paying more attention to the first group, but unfortunately, Zerg cleaned this up. This medic on a long journey, all alone. Well, actually, no, she has lots of friends. They're just not very nice.
Well, I mean, Fake Promise is using this opportunity. Getting some of the bio killed, Nightcat is going to feel pretty... It's going to be a while before they feel comfortable to move out. Probably just going to have to wait for vessels, and that's an opportunity for Fake Promise to take a fourth base over at that 9 o'clock. So.
I would love to see a dropship. Against Lurker openings, dropship's very strong here. Now we see a Spire coming up, because obviously Zerg's going to need a Scourge eventually. But a dropship, you could hit this third, you could hit that fourth, that small thing. There's a lot of options here.
Yeah, I mean, Fake Promise is now getting a Spire, so it's not like Scourge are going to be unavailable. It's just getting delayed off here, so... Yeah. Dropship would be nice. I do think that is one of those things that should be utilized more. It's so hard to have units in production. You have to pay attention to the minimap, see the drop coming, and have units ready to deal with it. And a lot of times, especially like the way Fake Promise playing, everything's gonna be so far forward to hold this contained, like with all of your strength, that drops can do so much work.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of lings out too. Any time it's a lurker opening, you just know it's going to be a lot harder for Zerg to respond to that. But it is going to be a vessel first. Now, it's not that this is a bad play to get the vessel first. Obviously, there's advantages just getting out energies, starting to get the detections, so you can push these lurkers back as well, and getting out there on the map. But I mean, Fake Promise is really taking advantage of the map control they have, taking another base, saturating this other one. So they're not slacking by any means. They are taking full advantage of what they have, and they have so much gas stashed up. If they went Hive already, honestly, Ultra should be looking pretty scary already with how much gas is in the bank.
Yeah, we don't see the armor upgrades continuing though. They got the one, and then that Evo Chamber has been kind of idle, which is really unfortunate. I thought that was going to be like chain that armor together. Ultra would be a good late game plan, and you'll see it's not actually working out. Overlord gets killed, causes supply block, and one tank is going to move forward here. A little bit bold, but there's
the bio needs to step forward with it. The tank can't be out here on its own. It will die to Lings if he's not careful. Okay, there we go. Clean that all up now. Drop being researched, I don't know if that was actually correct, because I don't believe we have Overlord speed here. Now, we certainly do not, so I assume that was a mistake. There isn't really an Overlord's in position for a slow drop. And Terran's starting to come out with a reasonably scary force here. He can push back against the Lurkers. Nice Honkai setup by Fake Promise, though, and Terran walks a bit right into it. This is a really nice setup by Fake Promise. Obviously, the tanks and forces back, but he forces the bio not to engage, which is a beautiful arc he has here.
Yeah, he's got all these lanes on the back, so you want to make that engage.
Man,
you want to force
tank
the fight,
range is so long. As if that can hit that. Wow.
Yeah, tell me about it, Terran player. How long is it?
Hey, that's why I play Terran, man. I'm gonna say it's not true. Okay, Bio coming across to the left here, gonna try and pick off these lurkers on their own. Well, looks like he's doing a lot of tanks here. I mean, with no Hive on the way, I don't know if Zerg has an answer to this. Well, Scourge are the answer, apparently.
Yes.
I'm amazed that they didn't get shot down there.
There was 3 there.
Yeah,
so I think
so.
Or
when you
4,
say
so
3, you mean 6, right?
No, like the physical unit, right?
Oh, you do.
I didn't see 6.
Okay,
I saw more than 2.
6 earlier, but anyway, it was enough. At any rate, the Marines went stim, but enough vessels out. And look, it's a good move, and definitely killing a vessel is always well worth it for Zerg, but I don't know if that's enough to stop this kind of attack. The 3 tanks are out, the vessel's going to support them, and you don't have any defilers coming. Lurkers obviously are just not going to cut it. The best Zerg can do is try and run in and take all this at once, but as you can see, the tank's just pelting away, and Bio just demolishes that too.
Yeah, Lane's not even trying to engage, but there's a lot of reinforcements moving across the map. Just a couple lurkers
there.
way off to the side. Maybe get something big here. A couple more Scourge are available if they can get that one last side, so that won't be bad. But these little pockets of lanes getting found and killed off, no problem. As Nightcat pushes forward. Fake Promise not in a good position. Great position to counterattack.
Well, there's still 3 bunkers full and no swarms, so I think Terran is... Yeah, they're still full. I think Terran is extremely well positioned for a defend counterattack here. In fact, that would probably be one of the worst possible moves Zerg could do, unfortunately. Not that Zerg knows that, of course. Now, nice Radiate going down. Stimming. Looks like he's going to go forward and kill the other lurker, or he's just going to get rid of the vessel. No, he nukes the irradiated lurker, unfortunately. And yeah, like, I don't know what Zerg can do to stop this. He's just successfully picking off more and more stuff, trying to move more lurkers here. Hive is still not even started. Queen's Nest, I believe, did get built somewhere? Yeah, it did. Look, there's absolutely no defense at this 4th base. That gets taken out. The only thing Zerg really has going for them is Terran is still unaware of the bottom right base. But going back down to 3 base, I mean, with this menacing force right here, I don't know.
Oh, he's gonna lose the Queen's Nest before the Hive gets started. That's really
Oh,
bad,
it didn't get
actually.
started. Oh no. Okay, look at this though. The tank's kind of caught out of position here. Might get taken out. That might actually be a big win for the Zerg here. Looks like he'll take out at least 2. Looks like that third one probably going to die too. Okay, but Terran still has a scary bioforce. That vessel really trying to die there, but does survive somehow. Well, I guess this bio is trapped now anyway. Oh, really trying to get that lurk. Ah, doesn't get it. Oh my gosh. Stim!
I don't know.
There we go. Yeah, this is not a good move by Zerg.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, they will gun that down. Lurkers are not an offensive unit, but oh god, that vessel is so dead. Or is it?
Is it though? Is it though?
I somehow didn't cast a curse. So, well, Zerg has dealt with the threat by catching the tanks out of position there and trapping this bio. Oh man, he needs to stop engaging. Nightcat really didn't take the time to let his medics heal there. So yeah, well, this does get cleaned up, and honestly, Zerg is in a good position now because he has 3 bases, but still no Hive. So not really going to scale here. +2 armor finally coming up. Terra neglecting to start any additional bio upgrades. So I mean, I don't know. There's factors in favor of both sides here.
I mean, I think the biggest thing for Nightcat is just that Hive is so far away at this point. And like, if you didn't think about that, you lost the Queen's Nest at that base. By the time you want to go Hive, you're gonna be like, why can't I go?
Well,
Hive?
maybe he just went back to the hatchery and like hit the button, and then was like, oh, wait, this bunker's still full. Yeah, Nightcat absolutely does not need to turn around. Honestly, I hate that he turned around there because he's wasting a lot of time for this like just distraction by the Zerg. These bunkers are more than sufficient. Like even if like 6 lurkers came, these bunkers would slaughter them.
He was a hard selling. It's like, oh no, so vulnerable. Oh no.
Yeah. Right, he was just making sure the links commit. Maybe. Man,
I gotta turn around, save the boys.
Look at all these overlords. They need to stop wherever they're going right now. Oh my god. Fake Prom is stacking up a huge amount of money too. Oh, okay, looks like they're gonna be fine. Somehow. They would also probably give away the 3rd base if they saw them. Still scanning around everywhere. Terran trying to find what Zerg bases there are, but not succeeding. But here he is at the natural, and like, again, what is there really to defend? Lurkers are around, but there's none here, I don't think. And 3 tanks will chew through those sunkers.
Yeah, and there's so much energy on these vessels, you could just do the D-Matrix on the tanks if you had to. Anything
well,
you do here.
one gets taken out, and these Marines attacking with no stim, only half the force. Not looking so good for Terran yet. Okay, they stim, they still get baited in, but Ling's streaming in, getting gunned down pretty rapidly. D-Matrix on the Marine at last, pulls back the D-Matrix Marine to the back of the army. Okay, these Lings are getting slaughtered though. D-Matrix the tank at last. And yeah, all these sunkers already have been pretty battered. I think Terran can actually stim forward and take this out now, but he's going to wait for the tanks. And I mean, no problem with that, because it's not like Zerg has a Defiler about to pop or anything. Lurkers coming from the back, but they are actually surrounded, so they are not going to last.
Yeah, you while you were watching the fight that actually mattered, all those overlords moving across the map got killed by the force. That's why I watched them all explode.
Oh, well, Zerg somehow still barely has enough supply. I mean, he can't make anything else, but he's not, like, you know, below his supply. Scourge coming in, but at the worst angle, get gunned down as well. Man, this just shows why Zerg needs Hive Tech. Tanks and vessels counter Hive Tech. Well, I always tell people, you know, Stim Medics, Stim Marines and Medics counter any hatchery tech you have, so you have to get Lair Tech. And then you have to get Hive Tech to deal with vessels and or tanks. Oh, the tank's getting taken out though.
Queen's Nest is finished, so that means Hive could be possible, but still pretty far away at this point. Fake Promise barely has any units available, and you can just see Nightcat they're back at home. So much money floating up. They're not even producing as much as they should. Lynx did get in the main. They're trying to do some kind of counterattack.
It's like another game where we didn't see them kill everything. I mean, sure, they could kill every SCV. I'm not sure it would even matter, because once Zerg loses all their tech, it's extremely difficult to come back. And Nightcat has an enormous bank. I think he can produce enough units to kill the rest of the bases here now. Terran's slightly containing this bottom base. I mean, the number of lurkers more than they could probably bust out, but at least Terran has a presence there, and he's continuing to gun down buildings in the main here. Scourge desperately trying to do anything, but there's 3 vessels there anyway. I don't think they get anything done here. And look, this tank's starting to chew away there. Ling's finally cleaned up in the main. Were they dropped in by that slow overlord? Is that what happened?
Maybe. Because those bunkers are still... No, the bunkers are mostly empty. I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah, because I think he ungarrisoned those to go defend the main. I think that overlord did actually drop them in. Which is a shame he didn't have any lurkers.
That guy is confirming, yeah. Lurkers would go so much better for a drop like that.
It's a pity. Well, Ling's still worth it, though. But, I mean, he's still losing his main here. Scourge gonna get a vessel, it looks like? Ooh. They do get one of the injured ones. One of them gets taken out. But what does Fake Promise do from here? He doesn't have a spawning pool or hydrogen building in either other location. He's not going to have a lair for an extremely long time. All he can build right now is drones, and he's doing that. He just queued up a whole bunch.
Ooh, lurkers from behind. Maybe you could save the lair.
Nah, these Marines are going to run away. They don't really need to care. In fact, they actually kind of slaughtering them somehow. How are those 2 Marines doing so much damage here? Oh, they do get taken out. But yeah, Terran doesn't really even have to care. He just kind of moves away and is like, I'll deal with you in a minute. Wait your turn, get a ticket, because we've got to kill this lair first. And he does take it out. GG. Nothing left here for Fake Promise.
Yeah, well played from Nightcat.
Yeah, nice game there. Look, I know we don't normally do this, but I got to go back and A, watch those Overlords die, and B, see about that drop. I just got to see if it really went down like that. And how later in the game was it? I'm waiting. There's the Overlords. What prompted them to move out? Alright, here they go. Here they go. No. Oh, poor things. Alright, and it was in. I can see this was a drop actually. Yeah, here we go. Huh. Cool.
Yeah. Nice little plays here. I think if Fake Promise got Lair, even if it was just for Ultras or Defile or whatever, if they got that Lair turned into a Hive reasonably quickly, I think that could have been a much different game, but against that force, just staying on that Ling Lurker for far too long, unfortunately.
Yeah, you just really need a Hive. It's just, if you probably could look at some statistics of games, the percentage where Zerg wins that doesn't get Hive is probably very low compared to when Zerg gets Hive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Terran's just straight up stronger, I feel like, until Zerg hits their absolute top tier tech. Alright, in the top right, in the brown, we have Lana is hot, and in the bottom left, in the yellow, we have Nightcat. Another TVP coming at you. We'll see if it starts like the last one. I doubt it, because honestly, Lana's Hot's already missed their window to send that probe for the ridiculous horror gates we saw last time. So, it looks like we can get to a more normal PvT. That would be nice.
Yeah, I think it's just when it's not Schemo, people play normal. Schemo has like this kind of like, I think maybe it's airborne. Like it's like you drag them down to your level into the pits of like, let's just play the scrappy game, and you're gonna have to deal with this.
Right. Well, I mean, it almost worked, right? With Schemo doing his horror gates, almost ended in a victory. Well, that said, I mean, I guess there wasn't really a point where it looked like Schemo was almost going to win. It was more like he almost didn't die for a long time, but then he did die. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything, I promise.
You're not going to say anything?
I'm not.
Okay.
Let's look at the prospects.
Sure. Now, I was going to just take the guess, because we've seen a lot of, we'll call it interesting, we'll call it unique strategies tonight. Do you think this PvT will be the one where we just see that normal 2-base Terran look, that 3-base Arbiter look, like something very standard, or are we still going to get curveballs?
I mean, Nightcat wasn't doing anything particularly off the wall. Wait a minute, Nightcat got ghosts. Well, look, if Nightcat gets...
Nightcat got dragged down to Schemo's level. We just saw him play a normal game and play normally.
Look, I honestly want to see Nightcat get ghosts again, but actually end up using them for the benefit of Terran kind, instead of whatever they were doing last time. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. But Lana, I don't know. They seem to prefer goon-based strategies in general, so I would expect, you know, a lot of like 3-base, 3-bear gate. Oh, this is what I'm trying to say. You know, that kind of standard opening. So I guess to answer your question, no, I don't expect anything crazy, but I want ghosts. I want ghosts, but I don't expect them. You know, tips are appreciated, never expected. I want ghosts, but never expect them.
I mean, that's your new one. You didn't get that can rush last season you were hoping for.
I sure did. What do you mean? It just didn't succeed. They just never work. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. And I got plenty of nukes, thanks to Barisu.
Yeah, that's true. We got far too many, I'm going to say.
What do you mean? There can never be too many. Now look at this probe being really annoying. This is nice micro so far by Lana. Really just making Terran, like, hate their life. Which, I mean, is what you got to do. Oh my god, he's going to get to this SUV? It looks like he might. He's working on it. Whoa, no!
Whoa!
He tried to cancel the
no.
SCV, but he cancelled the factory. I think we call that pulling an intra. Because, you know, there was at one time he cancelled a CC like that and left the game.
Yeah, that's not fantastic. It does reset a lot of things, and look, a lot of he was like, "What the hell?"
He can't even type. He's so perturbed by that. But the probe does get taken out. It was all just to make sure he was too thrown off to save that probe. Yeah,
all right, so
we've all done it.
let's steer craft right now, because if you're Protoss and you just see, oh, your factory is so late, I'm just taking my Nexus immediately.
Yeah,
no, like, I am stopping
maybe.
production to make that Nexus faster. Like I
yeah,
want
that's
that.
A good point.
Like,
but at the same time, you put so much pressure on with a goon. Just send a goon, and like they have to build a bunker. They got to repair for a little bit. You know, it's gonna be annoying. In fact, he's already got a third pylon here, so definitely gonna be building more goons, I believe. Should be at any rate.
Yeah, I guess wants to go over some kind of aggression, knowing that tanks are pretty far away at this point. But even still, it's like if you have the bunker and you got the stuff in there, you're gonna have the repair going down. It's gonna be hard to you'll force repairs, and it's just gonna be longer before the tank can stop you from doing that. But it's like you're not diving past the bunker or doing anything insane, right?
I mean, you can always try. It's probably not going to end well, but you can try. It depends, because, you know, sometimes Terran's not paying attention. You get a tank and you're like, sweet, and you run away. Maybe one goon dies, but one goon for a tank is well worth it for Protoss, obviously. Look, I was saying, I think Lana just likes goons, so that's why they're going for this later Nexus with more Dragoons here.
I mean, I get it. I love goons too, but that's why I do 2-gate to really use the goons.
Yeah, true. It is a good build. Alright, there's that Nexus going up, and then scouting is to be running around in circles, but it is going to get taken out pretty quickly here. Oh, we even saw a 4th pylon go up already. I don't know if that's the correct build here. Range is done though, but Lana is neglecting to actually attack this bunker, and a tank with Saetzero are going to come out here very soon, so Nightcat playing pretty conservatively, and I don't think Lana's going to be able to get anything done here.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a shame after a mistake like that there wasn't any big advantage Line managed to gain from that opportunity that was basically handed to them. And you see just now, but here comes that siege mode. Hopefully Line paying attention. Don't take too much damage on his goons.
Yeah,
does back away. Nope.
Just the shields.
Yeah. And they kind of adapted for that mistake pretty well. That it's like, all right, you could still just do the build you're doing. It's not too big a deal. And you're just going to play a little more defensively. Like, you're not going to be able to get on the map, and it's like you're already seeing that reasonably quick armory. So it all kind of lines up that it's like, all right, I gave up my chances to be aggressive, but I'm definitely not out of this game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Nightcat's position is fine. Like, you know, your expansion's still got up and everything. Lana is hot, he's taking advantage here, taking this next. I mean, you see siege mode that early, you're not worried about vultures coming out necessarily, or like a, you know, fac CC fac or anything like that. So I like taking this third so fast. I think that's a good move here. Just on 2 gates, Robo to follow soon, I presume. Ooh, Forge even going down super fast as well. So Lana's not really setting up for like a longer macro game here. I would like to see a Robo... Oh no, not again. It's happening again. Sate, help. I mean, not that I mind DTs, that's fine. It's just, what if there's mines though?
I don't know. I think if you're reading into the metagame of it, that mines would be pretty delayed, because with their the limited production times, no, it's gonna be tanks. I guess that's what you're going for.
With this third factory coming up here, I would be very surprised if we didn't see vulture upgrades soon. Because whether or not he's going to add more tanks to go for a push or not, if you have this many factories, you need to be making some vultures. And if you're making vultures, you're not getting mines. I mean, why are you even making them? Are they even worth it without mines?
You would play a vulture that doesn't have mines. Yes, you would.
Yeah, I mean, maybe bio tank comes viable at that point. Well, it doesn't become any more viable, it just looks better. But he is researching mines, so there you go. I mean, if Terran sets up in defensive mines, DT's not going to get anything done. Now, he could just be going for speed and a whole bunch of gateways and a bus, but he's not in gateways at this time. So I don't know about that. Starport coming up pretty early here.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised from Lana if it is just a little bit of a weird path, but he's just going to end up getting into Arbiters.
Okay.
It really would not surprise me.
I mean, it could go...
You get the Citadel, but you haven't started the Templar or
you could be right.
If you're just waiting up.
Extremely greedy, 3 bases, no Robo Arbiters. Okay, no, he's getting legs here. Look, I wouldn't have minded what you were saying. It would kind of make sense. Yeah, you're cutting that corner for detection, but I just hoping you can get away with it, and he probably would have. But he is getting legs here and throwing them on gateways, which I also don't mind as a path, but then I question how much gas he has. Like, why did he take the second one if he wasn't going to mine it? But I think he might be going for a bust here. I don't know, 6 gates or more, 8 gates, bunch of speed zealots, dragoons.
Well, Templars are on the way, but no Stargate to go with it, so it looks like it will just be a little bit on the Templar tech, and a lot of gateways getting added on as well, so we'll see what this mid-game wants to look like from Lana. They got 3 bases set up like very early on, so they want to like keep playing, grab a 4th base at some point, just kind of, or they could just play to make sure Nightcat doesn't get their 3rd base, make it a pain in the ass for them to expand further in this game.
Now what's the idea of this Templar Archives then? If they got legs already, are they teching just slowly?
I mean, they got a lot of gas. It could be just actually getting Storm, being a gateway man.
Terran scans and sees the Templar Archives coming up. The tank hitting some unfortunate goons there.
Yeah, Storm.
He really wants a shot. Oh, you can't quite see it, but if you've got vision, that tank will be able to hit those.
You got scans, go ahead.
You don't want to waste your energy just taking one shot against goons, though. I mean, you're not going to kill anything.
Hey, energy recovers over time.
It does. So do goon shields. What's your point? The energy's much better used, like just seeing what Preseason is up to. I've got to say, this base is looking very well laid out by Lana. Okay.
And another forge. So I think this is just going to be some big gateway man style. Really.
Getting those upgrades. Storm coming up. I mean, okay, but what if this happens? Then what do? Like, it's already over for this gateway attack.
You try not to cry, then you cry a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if Nightcat can just like slowly move out like this, put mines all over the place. Okay, Robo is coming down now. I think maybe Lana realized, oh right, I need detection. That's not a Robo, that's a freaking gateway. Where is this Robo? There it is.
Honestly, the big problem with what I have with Lana is that when you don't have the observers, yeah, mines and all that kind of stuff, but not having any vision in the Terran base to not know how many armories, how many factories, if they're, what attack they're planning for, if they're planning to be like very late game. And Lana's been committed to like double forge, really kind of get everything rolling, planning for later themselves. It feels so scary when you don't know what's going on, when you don't have those observers.
Well, here's the thing, you know, Lana had the Zealot legs pretty fast, and they would have had a Templar for DT, so I think if there was a push they would have a chance, but at the same time, I think you're right, a 4th base would probably be a good move here. Terran looks like they're going to come out and take their 3rd. Well, actually, going up to 7 factories, maybe they will just stay 2 base parent for a while, which on this map I like that play, because getting to your 3rd is very difficult, and like I'm really liking that Cat's build so far, just getting these fast upgrades, just setting up your defense, and you know, I think if it was Arbiter, it wouldn't be as strong, but against Templar, it kind of is, because even though your army's going to be smaller, you don't have as much money, you kind of scale better than just Templar, Zealot, Dragoon, with just tank launcher, really.
I mean, that guy looks like they're prepping up to attack when 2-1 finishes, right?
Yeah, I think that's the idea of this, is 7 factory, 2 base, yes. Goliath's even coming out, so I think they're expecting Arbiter, although there is no Arbiter on the way, that's for sure. That's when they turn that off. Oh, it's a pylon. I got so excited, I like accidentally opened like system settings trying to find out what this building was, and it turns out it's just a pylon.
Dude.
Okay, still only mining gas from 2 bases here. But Lana's going to run out of gas soon. But we know Arbiter's coming. I mean, how much gas do you really need? If you don't want that many Templars, just make more Zealots, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the one matchup where you're dumping your gas into a bunch of Archons. Not really that great.
Well,
4th Nexus does go down the bottom right, so
I think that's the right move. Yeah, because now Terran is kind of on a clock. When it's 3 bases, it's kind of like, well, Terran can really go slow and take their 3rd eventually, but if 4 bases, I feel like Terran does need to actually make a push here. Now, that does seem like Nightcat's plan. I'm not sure what the trigger is when 2+2 finishes, when a vessel's out, I don't know. Oh, the vessel is out, it's just hanging in the main.
I think they're just waiting on the +2 or maybe the next time of production. There's the Unsiege, so here comes that move out. And Lana has some goons up at the front, but the rest of the army's not in like great flanking positions. And he's trying to take the fight, not trying to run away. See if they slow down a little bit, but now he knows the attack is coming, and if they check the upgrades, it's going to be a pretty rough situation. Looking around, there's only 2, there's a decent amount of Templar over by the natural. As long as they're in a good position, this could work out well.
He did get Storm, right? I didn't see it, but
yes.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes,
good.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, Storms, depending on the engagement, can kill an awful lot of Terran stuff. And Terran choosing this middle path, which, you know, is very dicey going in the low ground here, of course, but I'm not sure I like this path necessarily either. But I guess it's kind of rough to push cross map on Eclipse, I have to say.
Yeah, I think either way, this one should be a little less expected. So if you're maybe the Protoss army be less pre-set up, you can see the stuff way by the natural is gonna be way out of this fight for going on this angle. Going into the big fight, lots of multiple behind this, but
Nice
decent
storm.
storm going down, trying to dematrix one of the front tanks, still doing pretty good. Siege goes down, no mines are really out to help, and I think there's still plenty of storms available, not being cast just yet.
Well, Terran was just caught totally
There we go.
unsieged here. That's all there really is to say about that fight. It doesn't really matter what else you do. If you're 100% unsieged when the armies are like even, there's no way you're going to win. Protoss just kind of rolled through that.
You can't say caught unsieged. Nightcat initiated the fight. He chose that life.
He caught himself unsieged. No, I think Lana kind of advanced into it. Okay, they both advanced into it. It was like in some dumb movie where like both sides are sprinting at each other for some reason. That's basically what happened. But then Terran realized like, oh right, I'm not supposed to do that, huh? Why is he running? 4 HP. Like, seriously, I don't know why this Protoss army is running. Oh my god.
Because only one of the things could fight back.
Kill that goon, it's on like 2 HP. Oh my gosh, that goon was 1 shot away. 3 HP. Yeah, now Terran has to go back, look at like the crumbling remains of their base and be like, well, I guess they're not crumbling yet, but what economy are they going to have? They're going to mine out in the main. Trying to build this 3rd CC. It's going to be hard to keep it secure though. Still no tech coming out from Protoss though, so that really gives Terran a way back into this game. You know, a lot of the time on this map, you see Protoss go for like a Shuttle Templar based style, and I really don't like it. I think it gives Terran a lot of chances they don't have when you just go Arbiter. Like, in this scenario, if Protoss had Arbiter, say recalls or stasis, even one, he could just smash through anything and end the game. But without any tech, Terran kind of still has hope.
I think this group's trying to invent their own new meta. We are in the too many forges meta world again. 4 forges for a while.
Oh my god, not again. I
only knows it because he just recently built another one. Like, why'd you make another forge? And you're building them next to each other. It's not like you're forgetting.
Stargate finally coming up here. Now, you know, Nightcat actually has a lot more money in the bank than Lana, but that's going to be an issue if a fight happens. Look at this force coming up here. Only 2 goons deal with mines, though. This could be an absolute disaster for the Protoss to be advancing this massive minefield. Takes it from one mine, he's going to keep going. Oh, no. Sure, the Vultures are dying. Vultures are cheap, man. Oh. Protoss losing a lot there, and Terran's ready for this defense. I don't think there's any way this is going to go well. Even more mines still waiting there. Look, Terran even scans. He sees the DTs coming up here, which, again, run into mines. Ooh. Well,
yeah, it's like you walked through the minefield. He had the observers with him too, but it wasn't leading with the dragoons, not being cautious. So a little more patience, definitely key in some of these situations here. Still has a good supply lead, but with some of that also being workers and Nightcat's army entrenched in a nice
Templars!
position.
These Vultures going to pick up these Templars.
Decent storm, not bad.
Yeah, they do defend themselves reasonably, but he gets 3 out of 4, which I would say was well worth it for the Terran there. Because Terran's only spending minerals there as well, and I mean, Protoss going to be pretty gas limited going into 2 Stargate Arbiter production. 3rd not landing for some reason, look at that is.
And Lana's taking the gas at their force base, so you think that I wouldn't be surprised to see a move for a 5th base soon. That bottom right, it looks like Nightcat's very entrenched in the middle part, looking to take their left side. So a lot of match with that bottom right, force Nightcat to be out of position to try to put any kind of pressure on. I think that's what I would like to see, but we'll see what ends up being the play here. We got recall being researched, no arbiters in production just yet. So ordering those is always a little important, right?
Sorry, there's a secret strategy where you can, like, I don't know, charge up energy on a Nexus and recall your entire base into theirs or something. I don't know.
It's not StarCraft 2, man. No Nexus recall too.
Yeah, I was hoping. He's just trying to develop it, he's working on it. Now, yeah, Protoss, he's getting this 5th, which I think, you know, is definitely needed in this scenario. 3 bases, I think 4 for Protoss is really not quite enough. Making so many DTs though, expecting something to happen here, and I really don't think there's any way it is. And then Terran really well positioned here, I think, able to defend all the different angles. Look at that, those Zealots trying to come in again, getting wrecked by mines. If Protoss is about to do a big attack, I guess it makes sense, but this is not really an attack that's likely to succeed. Look how fortified Terran is. She's just siege up these tanks, which he is. More mines going off, so many Vultures to clean up anything that gets through the mines as well. Nice storm, but it kind of misses. I mean, I don't know about this. That's a lot of tanks.
There's so many years that were in the back not involved with fight. Like, all the Zealots ran forward at the same time, maybe you get through. But the fact that they came in kind of in like a little, like, line 3 at a time.
Yeah.
With DTs and Zealots, most of them just taking out, like, the Vultures all died, but all these tanks lived, and Lana's had a big supply lead. Now actually in a deficit from after that fight.
Bit of an anti-timing too, because Nightcat's +3 just finished. Look, if you attack into that many tanks with just ground units and no kind of like advantage, you can't expect any other results. You need some like factor that makes it good for Protoss, because in a straight up fight, Terran's always going to win as long as they're like ready to fight and sieged up.
Or even just from a better angle, because like that's a vertical line. You're attacking into the horizontal area. If you can aim from like that middle, from the top, maybe you can get something better done.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything but just coming in directly. Now, Nightcat not overreacting either. He's not just going across the map, just going, okay, I'm going to take a base, which I think is a perfect measured response here. Now, still no Arbiters have been produced, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, recall is ready whenever
certainly ready. The Arbiters will be ready in like 10 minutes time. So yeah, Lana a bit all over the place, honestly. I mean, Nightcat's push obviously failed, but I feel like they had a pretty clear idea of what they were trying to do at least. And so far they've been executing better. I mean, just sitting back defending, playing very patiently after their pushes failed. I don't like the fact all these tanks are sitting here under this observer though. I feel like something terrible is bound to happen to them. I mean, come on, do you ever see this many tanks on one location? Oh my god. What is going on with Lana right now? Look at these DTs! How much gas is that? That's 800 gas walking around right there.
Hey, if they get to that top left base, that will die so fast.
I mean, looks like they might. Oh, they killed
There's one mine. Oh no.
Well, it takes 2 mines to kill a DT, as every Terran player knows to their chagrin.
Yeah, but
it
it's
takes
the
about
early warning
0 vultures, my god. And he's still coming, there's a vessel there! This is senseless! Oh. So many DTs lost. You know what? I feel like what happened here is like Aldaris is in command and he's like, DTs are not like, you know, really true Protoss. Let's just send them out as cannon fodder and then they die.
Whoa. Dark Templar matter too, man. Don't do that. Don't
well, how do you explain what the Protoss just did? Obviously he doesn't think so. Oh my god, there's so many SCVs. Man,
you're setting up on a stealth mission. So stealth, you'll never see them again.
You gotta stop by the lucky, like, Rhinodon corpse to touch it for luck or something? What's going on with that? Okay, Protoss gonna come forward again, but he's even down in supply, and there's a huge minefield Protoss is about to run into. Nightcat's been very diligent about laying mines everywhere. It's really paying off. Oh gosh.
A lot of not doing any observer sweeping these mines with goods or anything, it's cost them so many minerals and lost units, and it's just a nice free detection. You know exactly what's coming for you. Is most
not again, Lana, please. Lana, please.
Is so in position, ready for this. Oh,
do not do it. Do not do it.
We'll see, but here comes some of these slower units, more reinforcements. Templar is here, and this is just move that eBay a little bit, just a little bit.
No, it's the vessel. EMP. That vessel's on like 2 HP. That didn't get anything. Try again. Nope, it's dead. Rip.
No, oh wow, it really didn't get anything.
No.
I thought it got some of those front units. I guess not.
Is smaller than you think, but oh my god, no. No, don't. Why? Oh, Protoss just
why are you making me watch? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? I gotta watch like Protoss.
Yeah, I chose the game.
This
right,
is my purgatory.
I think that might end this game because I think Terran has pushed across the map now. He just killed so much stuff, and it's not like Protoss is a big bank here. The Arbiters are out, but recall takes a lot of energy, and it's gonna be a long time. One Zealot heroically taking out both tanks up at the top here. Terran neglecting to unsiege. That is a hero Zealot, but we need more than one hero right now for the Protoss. Because what does he actually have? He has 5 Zealots, 2 Arbiters, and a bunch in production. That's it. That is
which honestly, that wouldn't be so bad if they wouldn't thrown away all these units earlier on. If there was Arbiters faster, and I actually don't even know if Stasis is researched.
I don't believe it is. And look, all these vultures will crush these Zealots. I mean, that mine killed a few vultures, but I mean, it's efficient enough for the Terran here. And yeah, sending these Zealots piecemeal not going to do anything. Terran going to absolutely destroy Protoss here. That's a lot of Terran work. And he has 3-3. I mean, how can Protoss compete with just a handful of Zealots? Arbiter's still sitting around. I mean, maybe he's going to prep for one Hail Mary recall. Again, I really like that Nightcat is playing quite patiently. He's not going for the throat. He's just like, alright, kill this base, keep mining up this location, make sure no counterattacks can happen. Oh, he's going to continue the push though. Although, unfortunately, this base is like the most mined out that Protoss has. It's still mining. Arbiter working its way around.
I mean, honestly, just getting in front of the natural, it's like, go on, get out of your base. Get out of all this production that I know is here because it can't be anywhere else.
That's right. Oh, Templar's getting picked off again. Decent Storm goes down, but damage is done. And there's just enough Terran here, I think, as long as he has a scan. Okay, there you go. I was going to say, as long as he has a scan, right? Yeah, it's like takes 2 tank volleys to kill the entire Protoss army. That's how you know you're not in good position. And honestly, this Goliath's going to take out those Arbiters with ease. How much energy is that bad boy having? He has enough, but I mean, what's he going to recall? He's going to recall some High Templars onto the Terran army? That's it, there are a lot of mons.
You recall the other Arbiters to save them.
Ah, that's how you do it. Well, he's going to try something. The Arbiter's coming along here, but the tanks move off the mines just sort of in time. He can recall twice. I think he just realized he's no stasis, maybe. He probably thought he had stasis, that's why he sent them in like that. Oh, these Templars.
Well, he does have stasis.
What? He had stasis.
I don't remember him ever researching it. He never tried to use it.
Well, they weren't the best stasis, I have to say. Given how, like, target-rich this environment was, I'm surprised he only got 3 tanks out of that. But nonetheless, Terran crushing everything.
Yeah, that's... Lana just had too many sloppy engages. Like, I don't think the way they were playing was bad, especially early on, but it's like, kept trying to force these fights. Like, this is the one zone you probably shouldn't be running into, and they were just like, but I disagree. It just
Wait,
kept trying to make it happen.
Did you EMP the vessel that cast EMP? Surely not. Is that even possible? I don't think you can hit yourself with a spell. I don't think that's a thing. Is it? I'm pretty sure it still had energy, it just got shot down. Oh, later. Oh, sure, yeah, probably.
You've picked some choice freaking games for me to watch so
It wasn't
far.
my choice. The people asked for this.
Yeah, the people were like, cast this group, and I'll be like, oh, casting with the Blind is fun. I'll get to watch some fun games, and I'm just watching.
You thought you'd get to watch Neblime suffer with like Hydra ZVZ or something, but no.
I kind of did. I kind of wanted that, yeah, a little bit.
But no, we're here to watch Protoss suffer because tanks be blowing them up. All right. In the top right, in the magenta, we have Escalade, and in the bottom left, in the white, we have Mana Dog. Is this the right replay? Hang on a second.
No, this is not the right replay.
Excuse me, how did this even happen? Let me just check this.
No, neither of these players are in this group.
Oh, I'm sorry. We've actually finished the group. My bad. And I look at the time. We should actually finish the cast. Sorry to tease you guys with the fake the replay, but we're not actually going to cast this today. I didn't realize we got through the whole group. I thought there was one more. That's my mistake. So sorry if I released players in the chat.
Name, I guess they were inactive because Surf, we never got to see play.
Yeah, there wasn't any replay, so I don't know if it's just the case they didn't upload it or if they didn't play it. It's a mystery, unfortunately. No second group. Sorry, Nightcat baited. We don't have time for that today, I'm afraid, because this group was pretty long. But I hope...
someone's fault in chat.
Yeah. I hope you all got what you wanted. I casted the damn group. You stop asking me about it. I'm suitably shattered. Thanks for joining us here on CPL. Any shilling to do, Sate? When's Coach Show matches starting? Do we know?
Coach Show matches. I believe there's going to be some on the 12th.
Nightcat, and what did you lock down exactly? Can you please tell me what you did with that?
Interceptor. It was awesome.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you locked down the Arbiters after they'd already stasis, though. So, it's not like you stopped a hype recall or something. So, I mean, I don't know. Sorry, back to shilling. Go.
Yeah, in the future we're gonna have some CPL events coming up. 12th should be some Coach Show matches. 13th is gonna be the team reveal plus the map reveal stream where we finalize everything. It was our tradition, always a good time. The weekend after that should be the King of Tiers tournament. And if you're just looking around for stuff to do, you're still Discord looking for game channel. You guys have plenty of time to still practice. Ladder's also available, so make sure you're ready for when the season starts. It'll be a little bit of a break, but that doesn't mean don't get involved in the community.
Alright, that's going to be it. See you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.